over arms, and the scenario basis starts in the early 2000s in an alternate Earth, where you will be playing as a sect of government agents capable of using anima. Those who are in this government sect have known each other for a number of years, along with a few new recruits that have leaked in from time to time. The USA has found themselves in another Cold War with Russia. This time, Russia has developed a new thermonuclear device that has been detonated in the Arctic Ocean. The blast could be felt all the way to Norway, Finland, and Sweden, and the extent of the damage to the oceanic wildlife is currently undetermined. It is the mission of this group to find their way safely through Norway and into the Russian coast in order to infiltrate and determine the extent of these weapons. That being said, you are all, dropped together. You are in the town of Troma in Norway, and you are trying to figure out a way to get onto a boat to find yourselves, across the ocean a little bit to these islands where you can meet with another ship in order to infiltrate the Russian coast. So, you do have ferry tickets that you can use. You also have, a decent amount of money. We'll say that all of you have probably about 500 gold on you, and that you're able to use that for essentially anything at this point. So you're pretty wealthy at the moment, since you're a part of the government. So you can take the ferry, you can find another way there, but right now we are going to go across the table, introduce your characters, your animas, and from that point, I will introduce the current scenario. So starting with Steven, go over your character, and please no harsh words.
Yes, my character's name is Victor Reynolds. He is a very nondescript white person, much like myself. Stands about 5'9", 5'10", has shaggy brown hair, and a beard. He has a scar that runs from his left middle finger up to his elbow, from his previous mission, where his team died. His anima's name is Steel Panther, and it looks like Ein's character from Soul Calibur, where it's the figure that kind of floats behind him, and it looks like a panther made of metal.
Is the character's name Ein, or is it Zwei?
I don't know what's the difference.
Good save. I think it might be Zwei.
I think it's Zwei.
Or something like that. I don't know. But I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about. I'm imagining just a panther, head, humanoid.
Yeah, it's like
iron. It's kind of like King, but a panther.
Yes.
Like Armored King.
Yeah,
Armored King from
yeah.
Tekken. Yeah. Something along that lines. Alright. Sean. Wait, did you read your Virtue, Vice, and Drive?
I did not. Do you need me to?
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Okay,
is anybody in this group a new recruit to the organization? Or have you all been in the organization for a while?
I've been here for a while.
So you've all been here for a while.
So it seems like we've all probably worked together a few
You've
times.
all definitely worked together a few
We're
times.
the SEAL Team 6 of this organization.
Except you're not named.
Right, because...
Yeah, you're definitely not named. So,
right.
So go ahead and go over your Virtue, Vice, and Drive just so everybody else knows what's going on.
My virtue is that I never leave anyone on my team behind, due to the experiences he had in the past. And my vice is very similar to that no one gets left behind. My drive is to avenge the death of his former team.
Right on. All right, Sean, we'll move over to you.
My name's Agent Richards. I am 5'11".
Yeah.
White as hell.
Okay.
I look like Agent 47, but instead I have Mr. Freeze from Batman's goggles.
Okay.
And I do a little bit of
Roughly how old are you?
I guess I would say 32.
32. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I do a little bit of a bit of tech. My goal.
So you're big into robotics and things like that.
Yeah, robotics.
You're definitely an engineer of some kind.
Yeah, and my virtue is or something. I want to make a robot in the end of my life.
Okay, so your virtue is that you like using recycled tech.
Mm-hmm.
Your vice is that you do from time to time use illegal tech to make your robot.
Well, you know.
Yeah, and your drive is the pursuit of making this like next generation robot, essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And through that passion, I unlocked my Amara or Anima, and its name's Techwave, and it's shaped like like from Transformers the Spark, because it's animating, animate objects.
Anything else?
No, should be good.
All right. So at that point, we'll move over to Chris.
That's me.
Yeah.
Alright, so my character's name is Agent Shade.
Okay.
And he stands at 6'4", black hair, scar across his right eye from a knife fight. Had family, but the child was killed due to not finishing off his last target. And then his wife ended up going crazy because of this and is now in
Good God, that's rough.
Jeez, it's dark.
That's absolutely
Yeah, mine's
rough.
pretty plain compared to that.
Alright, so his Anima is, the name of it is Shadow, and it looks like a black raven that is, that comes out from behind him.
So, your virtue, vice, and drive?
My virtue is I now always get the target,
Okay.
no matter what. Then my vice is makes fun of non-bearded people. And then the drive is I am looking for the target that ended up getting away from my last assignment that ended up killing my child.
Yeah, that seems proper. So, okay, that's good. Joseph, we'll go to you.
Sure. My character's name is Donald Pepper. What did I have here? He's 35. He's got an eye patch, although I'm not convinced he needs the eye patch, but he has it nonetheless.
It keeps people guessing.
Sure. He's got a beard, and I'm very thankful for that because now I won't get made fun of by what's your character's name?
Shade.
Agent
Shade.
Agent Shade. So that's good. And I have several different ties. Several ties for several different occasions.
Does your guy wear a suit?
Yeah, of course.
Like mine does not.
Oh, yours doesn't wear a suit.
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So my guy wears a suit, and he's got a tie for every different occasion. So if we're going into like a dark I don't know if there's dungeons or whatever, but
There's no dungeons.
okay, whatever, something similar. if we're infiltrating a dark base.
Unless Norway has dungeons.
Okay.
Well,
They could.
Well, there are mountains there.
Never been.
My Anima's name is Belcara,
Okay. All right.
and
that's so cool.
Yeah,
my
thanks.
do I do my abilities as well, or just my virtue, vice? and
Yeah,
drive?
if you want to read off your abilities, that's totally fine. You guys have known each other for quite some time, so you're all very aware of each other's abilities.
Okay. Well, I'll just say my ability anyway. I can clone the ability of any other Anima for 30 seconds, and then my second ability is to do the same for 60 seconds. And then virtue, vice, and drive. My virtue is I always take care of the kitties, and that's kittens, not children, kittens. My vice is that I eat all the chocolate ever in the world in one sitting.
So, like, if you were in a fight with some people, and it was like by happenstance in a chocolate store,
Yeah,
you would
that would
absolutely ditch the fight to eat that chocolate.
I would have to.
Damn, you're not a
Norway
great
has
agent.
No, it's not very good. But how likely do you think that will be?
Well, actually, Norway is pretty well known for its chocolate.
That's Sweden.
Oh, is it?
Well, they're
no,
bordering,
Swiss
no,
chocolate.
they're bordering
Norway.
countries, so
Yeah, and Norway
Well,
has some
there's
damn
probably
good chocolate.
some nice.
Let's hope that
imports.
there's no chocolate factory there.
And my drive is that I was originally a criminal, and based on whatever happened with that,
Chocolate thief.
It's a chocolate.
Yeah.
I was forced to work. We worked out a deal basically, and I wouldn't get put away as long as I worked for the government. So evidently, I'm very skilled.
Right on.
Just not at being a thief.
Just not at whatever. Yeah, I got caught. Doing
It's
whatever.
okay.
So
It happens to the best of
that's
us.
my character.
But that's what happens because
Alright, great.
Willy Wonka employs Oompa Loompas
And
as
what's
his
up with that?
security
Yeah.
force.
Sure. All right. So, at this point, so you guys find yourself in a small harbor town. I've already said Troma. And if I'm wrong on that pronunciation, I am so sorry. But I absolutely looked up pronunciations for the town before this, so that's what it has told me. Anyway, like imagine it's a very sunny afternoon. We'll say it's about noon, and I mean the weather couldn't be more perfect. It's 72 degrees. It's just an absolutely great day outside. You have these cascading mountains up behind the town. You have a very long bridge that goes across like the riverway that leads out into the ocean. You have all these different shops. People are bustling. This is pre-COVID. It's definitely pre-COVID. We're in mid-2000s. So, definitely no masks being worn by people unless they're sick, because they're very courteous here, I'm assuming. You guys have landed here, and your job that you know of right now is to find a way to these islands before 3 o'clock. You do have the tickets on you for the ferry.
What time is it now?
Noon.
It's about noon.
And the tickets for the ferry take us directly to the islands?
Yes, it's going to be quite slow because it's kind of like not a paddle boat ferry. It could be a paddle boat. It's just essentially a touristy ship that you take where that you would enjoy the time on the ship. They serve drinks and things on the ship,
Wow.
stuff like that. So it's going to be more casual, more relaxed. It's for people to go over to these islands and have a good time, essentially. Mostly touristy. So, at this point, you guys are in a social phase, so if you want to speak amongst each other or the town folk here, we're going to say that directly to your right is this, just bazaar, essentially, of, street foods. Like a street market, essentially.
I'm into that.
And, there's all kinds of people around. You guys, in good JoJo's fashion, stick out like a sore thumb, but nobody fucking, notices. So,
Okay.
I'll leave it with that.
Okay.
Well, gentlemen, what shall we do next?
Well, I noticed you shook your head about the ferry. So no to the ferry?
I just don't think that it would be best to go on the obvious route.
Okay, but the obvious route gets us there the quickest.
Not necessarily. What if we rent speedboats?
Okay, then we're wasting money. We have a way there.
But we have money.
And,
do
what
we-
time does the ferry leave? Did we 3?
The ferry leaves by 2 o'clock,
Okay, and we have to get to.
and you need to find a way there by 3, or else you fail your mission.
Got it.
How long does the ferry get from there to the island?
The ferry takes about 3 hours to get to the island.
So we wouldn't make it.
No, we need to leave the island by...
You need to leave Norway to head to the islands before
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Oh, so we just need to
Your
leave by...
ferry leaves at 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Alright, cool.
So if you can find an alternate way there, that's fine. But it may be in your best interest to take the ferry out of time constraints. So at this point in time, during a social phase, you're going to be essentially looking for, you're going to be talking to people, like maybe locals, maybe tourists, about, different things here. Maybe there's a Russian presence here because of how close Norway is to Russia, since they border one another. Maybe there are some strange happenings going on in the town. Maybe there's, something else going on. It's best to pay attention to your surroundings and talk to people as you would.
Did you fix your charisma? Because your charisma was very low before.
It's also completely possible that you guys just want to go in, turn your tickets into the ferry, and just go there. can discuss amongst yourselves
Okay, so
what your options would be.
I'm with you. Maybe we should do something else. What did you consider a speedboat, perhaps?
Well, that was just a given idea, just a different because if we're supposed to infiltrate
Mother Russia?
You cannot take a speedboat from Norway to Russia. That will be very obvious. You will be stopped.
Nah.
They are bordering countries. We could essentially...
They are also a superpower. So
Yeah.
they, especially with what they're doing, they're not just gonna look out and see 5 dudes on speedboats who are just super stoked to come to Russia and be like, oh, welcome to Russia. Here, come to Moscow.
And we are Americans, essentially.
Yes, you are
and
Americans.
we are on the brink of Cold War II electric boogaloo.
Yes.
So if speedboat is out of the question, then
Right.
an airplane
You can take
is
a
also
speedboat to the islands if you genuinely wanted to, but
Do we know that our mission is on the islands itself?
you are government agents. So let me say this: the stealthiest option is typically going to be the best.
So infiltrating as civilians, not exactly a bad idea.
Infiltrating doesn't mean riding up,
Right.
and,
Right, infiltrating
Right,
is
like-
essentially just getting in.
yes,
Yeah.
that's it.
Well,
We'll say for story purposes that there's somebody you need to meet on this island.
Okay, so we have to go to the island.
Well,
I say that we
I
split.
was trying to see if...
Do we all have to meet this person, or just one of us needs to make contact?
Oh.
You should absolutely be as a group in order to receive this intel, as it will not be written down and it will not be communicated again.
Got it.
Okay. So given that, are we on radio silence?
We'll say that due to the hazardous nature of this mission, that you don't have radios. You have
And
you
we
have
no
some
resources.
some pretty early cell phones like Motorola Razors.
Fucking sick. Mine's blue.
But anyway, he was just really stoked on the Motorola Razors. Anyway, yeah, his is blue. But that's all you have. You don't have radios that transmit anything.
Well, no,
to
I was
anyone.
just trying to, when you're a government agent...
You are bare bones.
bare bones,
You are
so
bare
it's
bones because
complete
your
no
greatest
resources
power
whatsoever.
is going to be your animas.
Right.
So
Okay.
you're not going to want to
Because I was going to go with, scuba gear and underwater jet skis and,
oh, I'm into that. Yeah.
But we don't have the resources. We have no help
We have 500
from our
bucks.
government.
We
We
have
each
500
have
bucks.
500 gold.
True, but...
And the reason why we're using gold is because that's how it's written into the game, and it's also just makes sense to just have a universal currency rather than trying to translate
dollars
the dollars
yeah.
into.
So this
whatever.
overarms world is using a universal currency.
Just for the sake of simplicity.
Okay.
Alright, so...
Okay, so because the first thing that came to my mind was some sort of seaplane that can land in the water,
Okay, but we have ferry tickets. We can just infiltrate as civilians.
Right.
Well,
No, yes.
But the thing is,
slow.
as the GM stated, we stick out like a sore thumb. 110%.
But he did say that.
But he also said that no one's questioning it.
Yeah, basically what I meant by that is that, in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure,
We look like main
they're all
characters.
dressed very crazily, but nobody questions it.
Right.
So you guys look like protagonists,
We're main
but
characters.
you're not. Nobody's.
I look around for the
You guys
quiet
essentially
white-haired
blend
kid.
in. I'm sorry.
The quiet white-haired kid. Where is he at?
Quiet white-haired kid.
I think it's an anime trope.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
No, there. You look around, but there are no white-haired anime protagonists.
Got it.
Damn.
Unfortunately, the show
Well-
Yu-Gi-Oh never made its way over here. At least
God.
at this time.
Kaiba!
I don't know if that's true, but in alternate Earth, it is true.
Okay, well maybe we should just do the ferry then. I don't know. I mean,
I think we should split into twos, gather
You-
some intel before we head to the island.
You guys are in a social phase, so you can absolutely walk around and talk to people. You can walk in the stores, see if there's anything you can purchase, things like that.
How much info do we have about the island?
Sticking with Agent Dick here.
Okay. how much information do we have about the islands that we're going to?
It's a bunch of different little islands. It's definitely a touristy area. They're not super developed, so it's not somewhere you would stay overnight. It's more like somewhere you would go to observe the wildlife and go on trails and things like that. However, there have been reports of a very strong Russian presence on that island after the detonation of the new thermonuclear weapon.
A military presence?
Yes.
Should we ask about that?
It's assumed. It's
Okay.
assumed.
All right.
We should probably. Don't you think we should ask about that?
I don't think we should bring any attention by asking that.
No, that's totally up to you. You can ask about the Russian presence here. You could just be saying like you're a tourist, but I'll leave that up to you.
Well, how about why don't we not bring that up as say, is there anything we should know about these islands?
12.
So he's gonna help us. Okay, mine's an 8. So
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
so
guys
you
are
two have to
talkers.
talk. We are.
So you guys get split into a group with you and what's your character's name again?
Agent Shade.
Agent Shade and Agent Richards and
Reynolds and
Pepper. So
Love that. Good, love that.
you could split into the two groups and try to see what you can find. You are government agents, so you should be looking into as many things as you possibly could safely.
okay, so let's ask around and see what we find, but let's not specifically mention the Russians,
Right.
just because that might draw attention to us.
Right. So let's not. Nobody mentioned the Russians.
Before we split up,
It's like the beginning of that Call of Duty mission. No Russian.
Right.
right?
No Russian,
We meet in front of the ferry at 1:45.
because it leaves at 2.
You're right.
Correct. Good.
And then we'll have 15 minutes to
Eat a sandwich.
Well,
whatever.
not even eat a sandwich,
synchronize
but
our
just
watches.
that and to discuss everything that we learned with each
Oh,
other.
right.
And-
Rendezvous.
Exactly.
Well, we can debrief on the ferry itself
I
because
would
it
debrief
takes
before we
3
get
hours.
onto the ferry in case one of us find a different way that's a little more stealthy.
Right. Okay.
So a
Okay.
15-minute leeway will give us plenty of time.
Right. I would like to point out that Joe, your character wears suits. Like he's wearing a suit right now.
Yes.
Yeah, my guy just is dressed like a civilian. Like,
Oh, that's
very
odd.
typical.
That's odd.
Yeah.
That we're hanging out.
We're friends. It's a you're in town for a business meeting, and I am. I just I'm just a tourist guy here.
You met a girl.
I'm
Yeah, she-
met a girl.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So let's talk. Let's go talk.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be. You're just gonna. You're not gonna talk. You don't.
No.
Talk. I'm gonna do the talking.
Right.
Because you're not. It's the 4. What do you got? A 4?
Yeah, I got a 4 in charisma.
So we've designated the two groups that you will be breaking into.
Correct.
Yes. Reynolds and Pepper and Richard and Shade.
So I'm going to ask Richard and Shade, what are you guys looking for?
Well, as for me, I'm going to go to the local food market and take a look around, see if there's any suspicious activity there.
Okay, so you're going to go into the market. Are you going with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're sticking together.
So you guys go into the food market. It seems pretty business as usual. You can see that there is an increased military presence due to the nature of the world events going on right now.
That's something all of us notice.
Just them, because they're in a very busy place right now.
Okay.
Because my opportunity is to go to the local market to see if that said the explosion happened, see if any of the crops have looked different.
Okay, yeah, that's totally fine. We'll say that the detonation occurred probably about 2-3 months ago.
Yeah, because that would definitely have an effect on the crops.
It could. So you guys are essentially investigating the local produce.
Yeah, because I want to kind of look at it. It's like, so, has your crops been good lately,
That's a good way to open it up.
And then what are you... we'll say Team 1 is going to be Agent Shade and Agent Richards, and Team 2 is going to be Agent Peppers and Agent Reynolds.
We prefer the term Team Alpha.
Well, you'll get Team 2.
We're looking for a possible more effective route to the island.
Okay,
and,
absolutely.
And also any pertinent information that might help us out while we're on the island.
I have Gorilla Glue at the house. If you want to stop by after this, we can fix those.
So you guys are looking for a better way to the islands. And you are also, I'm assuming, you're looking for anything out of the ordinary that's going on here.
Anything we should know about this island that would help us out.
Right on.
Right, because I feel like as government agents, we have a pretty good idea of how things in this town. We would have been debriefed on how things usually operate. Mm-hmm. So things that would stand out will probably.
Right. You have been notified that there is an increased Russian presence essentially across, all neighboring countries. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. They wouldn't be in soldier garb. They would be in plainclothes, essentially giving out, information pertaining to, the ongoings on the bordering countries back to home base.
Right.
So, okay, so you guys are going to be checking out the market, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So as you guys are walking, it's, very crowded. There's a lot of people walking around. There's all these different kinds of market booths ranging from fish to delicacies to sweets and everything else. And essentially, you can't tell that anything is wrong with the produce. You can't tell that anything is wrong with, people's food or people's, vegetables or anything of the sort.
Is there anyone that's having a bit of a struggle when it comes to selling their products?
Honestly, no. At this market, there doesn't seem to be too many people that are having an issue selling.
Well, and on top of that, we're at a touristy place, so they're only going to have high quality goods. We would have to go to a lower end area in order to find out if there was actually any effect.
More than likely. So, at first glance, no. There's nothing going on.
I would like to buy a chocolate bar.
You'd like to buy a chocolate bar?
Oh,
okay.
No.
As you're walking to the left, there's a nice place that is selling all different kinds of chocolate delicacies, and they greet you, and they're just like, "Hello, how are you doing today? What would you like to purchase?" Because that's how I'm assuming Norwegians speak.
Jesus Christ!
Sounds a lot like your old D&D character.
Yeah. I have a limited range of voices.
Just a box of their finest chocolate.
Alright, so you buy a box of chocolate, and we'll say that costs you 50 gold. It's very expensive. You asked for the finest.
I did.
So you buy a box of chocolate, and you have a box of 12 pieces of chocolate, and I'll say it's 24 pieces.
24?
24. You need a little bit more for that kind of money.
I'm going to need to get some of that.
Well, you don't know. That's why I bought it. I'm actually going to use it to make you do tricks.
So, Sean, what are you doing?
So he's over there with the chocolate, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the fish market, or the fish, people where they sell the fish.
Okay. So you go over to the fish.
I wish to conversate with the man and ask, where do you find such fish around these parts?
And they go, well, we're a harbor town, so, we can find anything we need.
Well, is there any island specific that would harbor? Because me, I'm a fishing connoisseur. I like to go out there and go fish. Is there any good places to fish?
There's a group of islands about a few miles northwest of here. You could take the ferry to get there, and it's a pretty good spot for fishing. It's pretty good spot for local fishermen. If that's what you want to do, but you'll need a license, obviously, to fish here.
Okay. Is there any areas that I shouldn't be around, just in case out when fishing?
No, I would just absolutely watch out for the radiation going on right now.
Radiation?
Yeah, we haven't been out to the islands to fish since the nuclear blast seems to have infected some of the fish around there.
What's wrong with the fish? Is there any?
They're mostly dead. they're mostly dead. They have higher than normal radiation levels. And it's not safe for people to really eat from day to day.
Which part of the islands do you feel would be a lot safer away from the radiation?
Not on the islands. Not on the islands. Okay. I wouldn't go to the islands to fish currently. Okay. Which is we typically We typically have some fish that are native to those islands available for sale, but currently we're not picking anything up from there.
Okay.
We're worried the radiation might hit here soon, but we have our hopes.
Okay. Well, I'll take I'll take a couple of red tails.
Okay. I'm assuming that in alternate Earth, they do have red tail.
It's like an Animal Crossing. You know, red tails.
Well, yeah, but everything in Animal Crossing is real. So
It's a what?
Animal Crossing is life.
yeah. So anyway, so you pick up. We'll say you pick up about 2 pounds of red tail fish. And are you talking about red snapper?
Yeah, red
snapper. Okay, so red snapper. That'll cost you 25.
Because afterwards I want to like go back and test the sample, see how radiated the fish are.
That's totally fine as long as you have the equipment to test.
I'm a nerd.
All right, so you guys.
Yeah. So we
Team Alpha.
yeah, team
Sure, team 2.
unofficially team Alpha. We are going into the bars and we're just at. There's a bartender there, I guess.
There's local pubs, yeah.
And
We'll say there's a local pub that has a name indistinguishable to most of you because I don't think you speak the native language.
Sure.
If you do, that's totally fine. I don't think you do. But, so yeah, you walk in.
Could it be assumed that since we were all debriefed on this mission, knowing in-game the United States relationship with Russia, we would all know Russian? Or that we would at least have a very minimum understanding?
You have a minimal
understanding
scope of Russian.
Okay, good to know.
Okay.
So you guys walk in, and things seem business as usual. You know, just people eating. You can see some Americans around. You know, taking same thing with the farmers market. Some Americans, some Europeans. You know, just different people from all walks of life walking around enjoying, but mostly natives. So here at the pub, you guys walk in. It's more of a fancier pub. They have a nice seating area. There's a nice wooden bar. A few different beers on tap. Lots of bottles behind the counter. And we'll say that a lot of the wood here has some fancy decorations, and that the pub has been open since the 1800s. Ooh, and nice. It's a very historic pub. It's somewhere that has been, used in movies and things like that, which makes it a more
touristy place.
Yeah, more touristy place, and
but also more upscale.
Definitely more upscale, more expensive than others.
Okay.
So let's talk to the bartender. Seems like a good place to start.
Not a bad idea coming from your D&D background.
And ask said bartender
for 2 beers.
All right. What kind?
I don't.
He goes, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
And it's 2 local specialties. There are 2 local craft, they're not really craft beers. They're just 2 local beers because in the early 2000s, craft beers didn't exist on a wide scale.
Got it.
I don't like it.
No, that's
like
fine. I'm just doing it because
totally
if we want the guy to talk, we should butter him up a little bit.
I understand, no, but I try it and I
cool.
I
I drink them both.
I hand mine to you, and you can have it, and I have this horrible.
What's
taste
the charge on that?
We'll say the charge for 1 is going to be 5.
So 10 total.
I'm assuming he bought his and just.
No, I bought them both.
Okay,
yeah.
So you bought.
Oh, that was nice of you. Thank you.
I'm a good guy.
That was so sweet.
I'm a good person.
Oh, God.
You may not see it this way, but this could be considered a date.
Okay, hey, that's fine. That's cool.
So you guys are very chummy.
I assume we've been on a few missions together.
There's
We've
some
all been
chum
on a few
action
missions
going on.
together.
Yeah.
So your previous expedition of losing people has not affected your relationship with your future teammates.
No, you got to be willing to adapt.
Absolutely.
Right.
I'm a little on edge about it.
I like that.
About how okay I am with my former team dying and then getting a new team.
And now I'm on the new team, and I'm like, oh, God.
That's funny. All right,
So bartender, okay. So tell us about these islands.
Yeah, so
well, I don't know what they're called.
It's fine. We'll just refer to
The
them
islands.
as the islands.
Got it.
Capital
This-
letter.
to avoid mispronunciation.
Capital
Sure.
T, capital I.
Right.
The
Yes.
islands.
Right. Bartender, we're going to the islands.
Oh, it's a great tourist spot. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
There's some radiation going on over there, right?
Yes, there's absolutely radiation going on over there. We are not happy with the way they've affected our ecosystem.
Fair enough. Aside from the radiation problem, which is obviously very big, but aside from that, is there anything else that one should be prepared for?
There's definitely been more Russians in this area.
Oh.
They've been seen walking around this like the strip here, and we've seen an increase in their vessels moving through that area. I don't think it's anything you should worry about necessarily, but it is definitely something that could be, something that if being an American, you might want to look out for with the everything going on right now.
Anything else? Anything aside from that?
No, I mean, business as usual. Even with the Russians there, everything's operating fine.
Out of character, do we have maps of the islands? Like touristy maps. Like, do we have like a map? Like
here, it's essentially like walking past a visitors bureau.
Got it.
And picking up a map of those
Cool.
islands.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that
you have been
like
sent specifically with as little as you possibly could due to the
make it
nature of your
easy.
powers.
Yeah.
Because it makes you less conspicuous,
Got
and
it.
if you were to be abducted, you're not going to be caught with anything on you. So
No
at that point,
contraband.
there's virtually nothing they could prove.
Got it.
Okay. Now, we plan on taking the ferry
Oh yeah, the ferry's
So the-
very popular.
to this. If someone were to want to get over there faster, though, and more efficiently and more quickly, what would you recommend?
I mean, they're typically speedboats, but they're not allowed to tread that far away. I mean, your only options are really the ferry, since it is mainly a tourist attraction, and there are some cargo ships as well.
Cargo ship.
There are some cargo ships. They don't accept passengers normally.
Sure.
You may have to pay them a little more, if you know what I mean. But
And that would get there faster.
Would we get a more authentic?
it would absolutely get there faster. But you guys seem like, I mean, you're tourists. I don't think you want to be stowed away on a fish ship.
No, but we're here for the most authentic experiences possible.
I mean, you could always swim.
Well, it's cold.
Interesting about the cargo ships. And okay, and that won't be a problem hypothetically. If one
I
were
mean, if
to-
we have the gold,
yeah,
True.
right?
interesting.
You could get onto a cargo ship. It's not going to be pleasant. It's not going to be, most likely worth your while. If you're looking for an authentic experience, I would take the ferry personally.
Oh, okay.
Fascinating. Asking for a friend, of course.
Stowing on a cargo ship is kind of like jumping on a train. If
Right.
you know what I'm talking about.
Right. You never really know where it's gonna stop.
No, it's definitely not something I suggest for tourists like you.
Also dangerous.
Interesting. Okay.
Who knows who these cargo ships even employ?
Yeah.
Right.
So
Not
okay.
to mention that typically when you are on a cargo ship, you are paying a worker to not rat you out. You are you're mostly still putting yourself at risk.
Right.
Okay. All right.
It's always an option, though. I mean, you do you.
you do you. I find it hard to.
The old
Norwegian saying.
Yeah, the old Norwegian
You
saying.
do you.
You do you.
All right. Let's see if there's maybe another bartender or something, or maybe another.
Are there's
a
groups of
busboy or
people
something?
in the? There's obviously people at the
There's
tables, right?
many bartenders there.
Mhm.
There's many tables, servers, things like that. This is a very high establishment where there's anywhere from 2 to 4 bartenders at a time.
Got it.
Going around taking people's orders, putting them in their system, things like that. So
Okay. Well, I'm gonna talk to another one just to see if everybody checks out.
okay, you wave down you wave down another bartender. She is obviously very busy, and she goes, "Can I help you?" And
shit.
pulls out her what are they called?
Her book, like her notebook,
her little notebook to take
order
orders
book,
on.
yeah.
Oh damn it! Now we have to order something. You want cheesecake?
I don't think I have cheesecake. Like
We have really good cheesecake right now.
Okay, yeah, cheesecake.
What kind? What do you like it with the? I like mine with the graham cracker stuff on it.
Graham cracker, chocolate cheesecake.
Well, not is it like straight up chocolate, or is it like a
Hey guys, I'm sorry, but I don't have all day.
Okay,
If
we
you
don't
want
have
me
a menu.
to come back.
We don't have a
I can
menu.
come back.
Could you give us a menu?
You actually have a menu right in front of you.
I don't, because I just walked in here and got
look
beers.
down and there is a menu.
I don't know where this came from. I didn't ask for it.
It's not in a language you understand. There is a few items.
okay?
under
Chocolate
English.
cheesecake.
Chocolate cheesecake.
Yeah.
Okay, we have that. We'll go ahead and put
How
that
much
in
is
for
that?
you. That's going to be about 30.
30. Holy.
Fucking cold for a cheesecake.
Jesus.
This better be some good cheesecake.
All right.
It's really good. Trust me.
Do you recommend?
I'll be right back.
Okay.
And she leaves.
Shit.
She leaves. You can see her going over to like. She's like kind of like a server bartender mix where she's just like walking over and she's also like helping out tables with her drinks and things like
I
that.
would say that she's not going to get a good tip, but
Well, we have to.
Well, it's fine because tipping in these countries is not widespread.
right. But I'm an American and we tip everyone.
Okay, well that's kind of seen as an insult. Like
Oh.
they're not doing their job properly.
She
I
was
think.
rude.
I think. And at least alternate Earth. This is how it processes.
Okay.
Okay, well, I want her to come back so we can talk to her for a second.
I don't think she has time to talk to us.
but we'll maybe.
As you guys are sitting there, a group of people walk in dressed in suits. You can definitely tell they're not Norwegian. They immediately take, they don't even wait to be seated. They just sit down and they're sitting. You can kind of infer that these people are Russian.
I was going to say, do they look Russian?
They do look Russian.
Do they look like Dolph Lundgren from Rocky IV?
God. Or the hit film The Punisher.
Yes.
Sure.
The Tom Jane version.
They sit down,
No, he was
and we're going to go back
Dolph
to
Lundgren,
these.
yeah.
Okay, Dolph Lundgren was.
Team
He was
one.
the Punisher.
Yeah.
What
I
are you
was thinking
guys
Kevin
doing?
Nash from-
So you've been going around investigating the produce and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You have bought some fish.
I have bought some chocolate.
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 So I think that well, generally I was gonna say let's go to a tavern or a bar.
Well, why don't we meet up? We've got cheesecake.
Well, we don't know that.
You're right. You don't
but-
know that we have cheesecake.
And
But
I
you
don't know that
do
you've got chocolate.
You do know that we are at a bar. I feel like that's something we would have GM's
That's
discretion.
totally fine. You
Yeah.
told them that you were going to a tavern.
Yeah. Okay.
So at this point, you have chocolate on your person. You have fish, and there is still so many different booths you haven't checked out.
Right.
I mean, this is a massive farmers market.
I'm gonna go check out the. I'm gonna go to the
Oh God, no.
vegetable aisle.
The vegetable aisle. Okay, so you go and check out the vegetables. They do seem to be a little bit more wilted than normal. They don't seem to be properly fresh as they could be.
What time is it?
Time?
After all of
We'll
this.
say that probably about an hour has passed. We'll say it's 1 o'clock.
Okay, so we got about.
We'll say it's 1
minutes.
o'clock. They're sitting down enjoying their food, their drinks, and you guys are meandering through the
We're doing our
market.
job.
So are we.
So
We have to butter them up first. You can't just start talking to
What
them
are
and
you
expect
guys
them to
doing?
give us answers.
Going
Rookies.
through the vegetable market,
This guy.
looking at the vegetables. Vegetables are a little withered.
Is there any way to do a perspective if anyone's upset about anything,
Good little program.
Is anybody displeased with their own produce?
Yes.
I mean, it wouldn't be visible since these people are technically businessmen. They are trying to sell their produce, so being visibly displeased with what, if somebody's looking at their cabbage and just going, "Oh, shit, cabbage," that they obviously wouldn't sell anything. So
Right.
everybody is still trying to.
But
hawk
we're
their
looking for the
cabbage
guy that's
and
having
their
a hard
vegetables.
time at home and having a hard time with the vegetables, and you can just see that they're because
Clearly, this guy's
Gener-
going through a divorce.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're looking for that guy, but he is not here.
Hmm.
You're looking for that guy, but he is not here. Off
Right,
to the
so
side,
generally-
as you walk up, off to the side, the left hand of the farmer market, it kind of bleeds into a little bit of a corner, and there's some people selling like trinkets and things that aren't necessarily food, you know. So they're like souvenirs and things of that sort. There's also one lady doing tarot card readings.
I'm gonna go there.
Okay, so you're gonna go to the tarot card reading?
Mm-hmm.
I'll follow.
Okay, so you walk up to the tarot card reading, and this lady is obviously putting on like a fake accent. She's just like, "Hello, how may I help you today? Would you like to know your fat?
You're what?
Your fat.
What'd you call me?
Oh, you're fat.
Your fat."
Like Bubba?
I look at her and then I'd be like, I would like to know my fate.
And she goes, "I do not appreciate the tone you're using.
I do not like you making the same accent.
If you have the money, I have your thread awaiting. Your thread of
She's gonna
fate."
give you a
I
bad one
got-
because you're being not nice.
No, I'm just giving her a hard time. I'm just like, sorry. I'm just like, I'm sorry. I just thought your accent was pretty cool, so I wanted to mimic it.
She goes, I did not find it funny. You produce the coin,
Faces and stuff.
and I will produce your future.
And I go, how much is it?
For you? For you, this will be 80.
I look at her and be like, darling, that's too much.
And she goes, then be gone.
Okay.
Okay, so you leave the fortune teller.
I ask her if she can read my fortune.
Are you with him at this point when he walks up, or are you a little bit behind
I'm
him
a
now?
little bit behind.
Okay,
just
so
in
you
awe.
walk up and you approach her normally, assuming.
like a
Yeah,
human.
I'm just like,
Okay,
hi.
she goes, I can tell your fortune for a fee.
Good
How much?
social distance.
40.
40? What about 30?
30. I do not like hecklers and hagglers. You know this.
I do not know this. I don't read fate like
You
you.
should know this.
I don't know this. But I just bought some damn good chocolate. You want a piece?
What kind of chocolate have you bought?
The finest Norwegian chocolate.
I will be the judge of that. Hand it over.
Not until you tell me that you're going to do my fortune for a piece of chocolate in 30
She
gold.
pulls out a card and lays it down on the table. And that card is we'll say it's a tarot card you've never seen before. And immediately, like without you even noticing, you reach into your bag and pull out chocolate and give it to her.
I don't like that.
And she goes, "You should have known."
So does she like the chocolate?
She just pulls it back. She doesn't eat anything from it.
So wait, I only said a piece. I didn't give her my whole thing
No,
of chocolate.
you gave her one piece of chocolate.
Oh, okay.
You gave her one piece, but like it felt like your body was working against you, essentially.
Did I notice anything?
Well, I mean, you were aware the whole time of you pulling chocolate out, but you were just like, "What the hell am I doing?" You know.
Is there anything behind her or anything like that?
It just looks like a little gypsy booth. Like literally, imagine like a stereotypical like crystal ball tarot card reader booth.
So there's no visual of like an enema or anything like that?
You don't notice anything.
While he's doing that, I'm checking out
Alright.
the other trinkets.
Alright, then I'd just be like, alright, fine.
Okay. And she says, "So would you like a reading or no?"
Did you like the chocolate?
I have not eaten it yet.
Then yes, I'll take a reading.
Okay, so you spend 40 on a reading. She pulls out a deck of tarot cards and hands 4 to you to hold out.
Okay.
So you need to pick, or she pulls out. I'm sorry. Let me go over that. So she shuffles a deck of tarot cards and then holds them out to you, and you should pick 4 of them.
Okay, I pick one between the farthest of my left and in the middle. Right in the middle of that one. Same thing on the other side. One in the middle, and then one randomly.
Right.
throughout the
So you
deck.
pick out the tarot cards. She looks at them and she goes, "You are not from here, are you? You
No.
are not from here at all. You are from across the seas, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, You have much turmoil in your future.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
It seems that you are looking to travel by sea currently, yes?
Yeah?
It also seems that you work for a very powerful entity.
Nope.
The cards are never wrong, but I will continue. It also seems that you are not traveling alone, or at least with your friend over there.
It's not my
Oh,
friend. I don't know him.
oh, God.
Child, the cards never lie. And she goes, there is something in your pocket that will lead you where you need to go.
The chocolate.
Oh, there's chocolate.
There is something that will let you know what the future holds. And you must find it by using this device.
Okay.
Upon the vessel in which you travel, you will find something you never expected. And that is all the cards have told me.
Damn.
Roll a intelligence check.
Okay.
You can also junction your anima with that if you want to. If you junction your anima with it, use your power.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll use my anima with that. $11.
11? Yeah. So... Go ahead and minus 1 AP, so you're down to 19.
Right.
And she goes, ho it seems you do possess the same power as I do. And you look down and you see like these very tiny spider-like creatures.
Gross.
That are like kind of have like an aura around them running back from the cards into her sleeve. And
I hate spiders.
Yeah, not a
we're
fan.
going to stop you there and move back to team 2.
Alpha.
God. Alright, so we're eating our cheesecake.
We noticed the Russian guys come in.
cheesecake.
Technically, it's a chocolate cheesecake.
I'm
The Russian guys
impressed.
have come in.
I'm impressed with the cheesecake.
With the quality of the cheesecake?
Yeah.
Okay.
They the ratio of graham cracker to cheesecake
Cake itself?
is pretty on par with how I
I drove
normally
past
like it.
Cheesecake Factory earlier today.
Oh. Big fan. I like the Oreo type.
Yes. I
Are we
was
talking
excited.
out of character?
Yeah, a little
Okay.
bit.
Anyway, so how do you feel about this cheesecake?
It's good. It's good. But I am paying more attention to the Russian guys that came in. Where are they in proximity to us?
They're by the front door. They're by
Okay.
the front door, so they're
How
pretty
many?
far away from you. Like we'll say when you walk in, there's like a few, booths and tables and things like that. But you're probably, I would say, if I had to guess, you're probably about 20
Meters?
No, you're probably about 10 meters away. 10 meters
But
away.
how many
from
of them are there?
There's 4.
Oh, 4.
Okay. Is there an empty table near them?
No, this place is packed.
Fucking shit.
You probably assume that they are they had reservations since they sat down so willingly.
Oh, what? Okay, what if we... What if we somehow get next to them to hear what they have to
Well, I mean, we could just go over there and wait to be seated. Because they're close to the front door, correct?
They are
That's what you
very
said.
close to the front door.
They're close to... but are they close to another group?
The tables that are around them are full.
So what if we found out a way to switch tables with a group that's next to them so we can overhear what they're saying?
Remember to be creative with your abilities.
Right.
Yeah, can't you clone me? I
Clone.
hide in shadows.
I have an ability that can clone the ability of another anima for 30 seconds, and then I have another one for 60 seconds. So I'm going to use Agent Shades.
They have to be within range in order for you to duplicate their ability.
Can I call him up?
You could technically call him on your Motorola Razr.
Okay, I'm going to call him.
This is not sponsored.
I'm going to call Agent Shade on my Motorola Razr.
All right.
How?
Bring.
Well, hold on. Out of character, real fast. How much in range do they have to be? What's the range?
Whatever your range is. What's your range?
Oh, 12?
12, so that's 12 meters.
So
3 feet in a meter, right?
3 feet in a meter. So times it by 3.
So 36 feet.
Also, his ringtone is cat meows.
What's your
Okay.
What's your ring back tone? What when he calls you? What does he hear?
Ring back tones have not come out yet.
I think they might have, though. What is this, like 2005?
They might have. I don't fucking
This, I think
It's you're using a government phone, okay? Have a little dignity.
What song was popular in 2005?
I don't know. Crazy Frog.
What?
Crazy
Ew.
Frog. Crazy
Ring,
Frog. God.
No,
Okay, anyway.
your ringtone is meows.
Just meowing.
Yeah. Just,
Different meows from different cats. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Alright, anyhow. Alright, so I'm calling you.
Answer. Yo.
Hello, Agent Shade.
Why would you call me that when we're tourists?
It's fine. You have a secured line with your phones.
That's a
Your
good
phones can only call one another.
That's a good point. Oh god. Alright, anyway. We are at the... What's the name of the bar?
The local bar.
The local bar.
The local bar. The local pub. And your presence is requested promptly.
Alright, let me
So
talk
grab...
with Dick over here and we'll be on our way.
That would be fantastic. And there's cheesecake as well.
Why are you guys holding your phones?
We're getting character.
We're in characters. We're in character.
I love
Damn it.
Alright, so
Alright. Goodbye.
you guys
we don't
have
say
choice
goodbye
to go
because that's how
and
movies
meet
are,
up with them.
right?
Luckily, with your phones, they have GPS built in already. So as soon as you call them, you get a pinpoint on your phone.
Why was I
letting
over
them
here
know
telling him where I
the-
am then, like an asshole?
It's fine. That's just a normal conversation. Anyway, just to make things simpler.
Okay.
So you get GPS on your phone, and you get coordinates to exactly where they are. Totally fine.
Alright. Guess I'm not dropping F-bombs like somebody.
It's okay. It's okay.
Call
it
him
happens. It happens.
1.
It
1.
happens.
No, it was 2. Wasn't it 2? Oh no, it was almost 2.
I'll play it back, and we'll see what we need to.
It was
Alright, but anyway, so I go over to Agent Richard. Alright. They requested us at a bar. You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Besides that,
His shoes are off for some reason, so he needs to put them on.
He's not
again.
ready
I
at
don't know
all.
why.
This is a joke.
Shoes are off.
I'm always ready, Agent Shade.
You can also deduce by running into the fortune teller that she also possesses an anima.
Okay.
After seeing the spiders crawl up her with the aura around them.
I knew she was.
Not into
Pretty
that.
sweet.
That's just not. You don't.
Not a fan.
Do you get to pick your own anima?
What do you mean?
Do you get to pick your own, like what it is?
Yeah.
So she picked spiders. That was her choice.
I mean, she is no. Like canon, you just get one. Like depending on like what has happened.
So
to
she didn't
you.
pick spiders.
It's essentially like in the game, it's a representation of you.
Yeah.
In a sense.
It's a persona.
So she's a fucking spider.
Yes, that is number 3, sir. So at this point,
No, he's just doing it.
also just so anybody listening to this in future can read, Sean, aka Agent Richards, is holding up a sheet that says PG-13 because we are trying to limit the amount of cursing. However, one of our players here has been dropping F-bombs constantly.
Not constantly. It's only 3 in like.
It's okay.
Yeah, but
I'll
if we
two
go by
hours.
PG-13
I'll just throw
rules,
I'll
that's
just throw
that.
on a little notation here saying that it's for mature audiences.
Okay, so we get the explicit tag.
Or-
I'm sorry.
Or you can
Totally
beep it.
fine.
You want to beep it?
No, it's fine. I'll just tick it on YouTube and say not for children.
You can beep it.
So at this point, that'd be hilarious though if I could
To
actually
beep
like
it?
just beep it. I'll just beep it with like a Muda from like GeoJoes or something.
Which is also not sponsored.
Yes, definitely not sponsored. That'd be a dream. So are you guys going to meet with them? Do you have anything else to do in this market?
I would.
At this point, we're gonna say it's about 2:00.
We gotta go.
Okay, but
So
listen to these
well,
Russian
no,
guys.
I said that the ferry was leaving at 2:00, right?
Yeah.
So we'll say it's about like 1:30.
Okay.
We gotta listen to these Russian guys.
I say that. After you talked with the fortune teller, I said that she's the bee bomb, and we head on. We head on to the location of our acquaintances.
It's not far.
I wish you well.
Okay, so are they here? Have you guys arrived?
Yes, they trot up. They walk into the door, and the Russians being by the door immediately eyeball them, look at them. They see the Russians. They see you guys at the bar. Very open space.
It's a very open concept bar.
Yes,
Yeah.
open concept. Thank you.
Okay, so now that you're here, I'm gonna clone the ability of your anima.
You need to talk to us first to see what.
Well, no, he doesn't have to actually talk to you in order to
No,
clone
he's
your
just
ability.
gonna do it.
So, as you clone his ability, take 1 AP away. That is your first ability, right? Or is it your second?
That's his
That's
first.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're only gonna do it for 30 seconds?
I think that's sufficient.
Okay. So you have 30 seconds to use whose ability?
Because his
And you are cloning...
She.
Go ahead.
his makes it. Your ability is to. I can hide in the shadows, in the shadow of anybody, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure, yeah.
So I'm gonna just basically get right up next to the Russian dudes.
So you're traveling from shadow to shadow. We'll say... Honestly, in an establishment, there's not a lot of shadows due to...
As a bar,
At a bar.
as people who have spent plenty of time in bars, a lot of them are pretty shady until about 2-3 o'clock in the morning when
I'll
they
give
do
you
last
a little bit of
last
plot
call.
armor here, and you're just slinking from shadow to shadow. You're just...
Yeah, and like if there's a table, there's totally shadow beneath the
Yeah,
table.
so you're like essentially right underneath the table.
Yeah.
The anima's gonna wear out, and you're not gonna have. You're just gonna be under the table.
That's a good point.
You do have 30 seconds.
That's a good
so
point.
you
Okay.
need to-
Okay,
you need
well,
to
so I'm
do your
sitting
thing
there
quickly.
and I'm waiting for them to say things.
So you can hear them speaking in Russian. You have to do a little bit of Russian in the time that you have spent with the government for this assignment.
Okay.
You can understand that they are like whispering. So you still, even though you can understand a little bit of what they're saying, you can't understand the full thing due to the volume of their voices.
Sure.
And the, they're talking above the table. You're underneath
Right.
the table. So we're going to say that you can understand just a little bit of, actually, you know what? I'm going to make you roll an intelligence check.
Let's do it. My intelligence is 12.
You can also make a junction check with your anima in order to hear if you'd like to. But it will cost you 1 anima point.
I'll do that.
Okay, so junction your intelligence and range.
Range. Okay. I need 2 12s.
So go ahead and roll 12 twice then.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
10.
10 and
9. Okay, you actually, as you're sitting in the shadows, your anima kind of like perks up, like bent over, and reaches up through the its head pops up through the shadows and places its ear, and you can kind of see like the ear expand just like slightly.
Oh my
on the
goodness
anima.
gracious!
And
kind of horrifying.
you end up hearing just a little bit more than you normally would have, but
Beautiful.
you hear that there is precious cargo on a ship
Ships.
somewhere in this harbor that is due to leave.
But we don't know what ship.
No. You have 10 seconds.
Okay, let's get out.
So
I'm
you
out.
dip out. I need
I'm
you to
out.
make a speed check.
My speed is 4.
Dexterity or speed? If you want to use, which one's better for you? Dexterity?
Dexterity.
Dex is 6.
Yeah, go ahead and make a
Okay.
dexterity check with a target number.
Is this a
I'm going to
six?
say...
This is 6.
Yes.
Okay. I'm
Can
really.
I?
You have to roll 4 or higher to make it.
Is
back
there
to
any
your
metal on
seat
the tables?
Perfectly. There is metal on the table.
Can
so
I
it's
pull
somewhere.
Can I pull the table over to like built into the table, or they're wood tables?
We'll say
There's
that-
gotta be some
We'll
metal.
say that the tables are the kind that fold out.
Okay, so they're like metal legs.
There's metal hinges that allow
Okay.
part of the table to close in and latch back.
Can we
depending on how many
say
people are
that
sitting at the
I break the move the hinges on one of them as the with an ability to control metal, giving him more opportunity to escape?
table? Well, yes.
I'm just trying to grant advantage.
How much is your range?
My range is A D12.
D12.
36 feet.
Okay, so well, no, that would be 24.
3 feet.
Oh yeah, times 3. Sorry, I was doubling.
There you go.
So yeah, you could easily reach that with your anima. If
Okay.
you would just be like and
Cool.
shoot your anima over there to
Yeah.
like knock one of the hinges down and make like a scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a distraction or something.
Yes, so
Yeah.
that we have more time
So
to
you
get
wanna
away.
do that?
Let me
Yes.
try. Well, let me
Okay.
try rolling a 4 first.
Let's go with his check and then I'll create a check for you.
Okay.
Got it.
Oh, look at that.
6.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, perfect. You make it perfectly back into your seat. You just like choom, 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 straight through the shadows, fly up, and just
Nani?
a little bit of like shadowy like dust, like kind of like pops
Yeah.
off of you. Nice roll.
Oh god. Oh.
So, Agent Reynolds,
That's me?
that's you.
EF bomber.
You are going to make a
D12 is my range.
yeah, we're gonna do range, and since you're trying to unlock something, we're gonna use your intelligence. So intelligence and range with a target number of 8
Wait, why is he doing this?
To give
to
you
try
more time.
to create a distraction.
Oh, but I already made it back.
Right, but I don't know that. As a character, I would
It's
not
all
know
happening
that.
at the same time.
Yeah, all this is happening at the same time.
Oh.
10.
10? Yeah. You collapse the table. Their food falls in their lap.
Oh shit.
And you hear them curse in Russian, so they're just like, "Sikablat!" And they're you know, like, obviously very upset. The server that was busy rushes over and is just like, "Oh my goodness, you know, I'm so sorry. She's trying to converse with them in Russian. One of the Russians stands up and slaps her notebook
Whoa.
out of her hand.
Oh.
The guy whose food spilled on him. We're gonna say he has like spaghetti all over him.
Mom spaghetti?
Yeah, mom spaghetti. That's actually what it is on the menu. But it's all over him, and he slaps it out of her hand. You see a couple like staff look like shocked at this, and the Russians sitting at the table are very stoic about the situation. How do you guys want to proceed?
What is there something interesting that pops out of the notebook? Like, do we see anything?
No, I mean it's literally just a notebook.
Her order
that he
notebook, then.
smacked out of her hand.
Now, you said that their plates fell down, right?
Yes. What are you doing?
Oh, no.
What's he gonna
It would
do?
be a shame if a fork spoke him in the foot.
Okay, but we don't need these guys to know that we're enemies.
They don't know that.
They genuinely have zero clue you're enemies right now.
Yeah, right. Unless they have animas and they just saw me use mine and you use yours.
I can say with ultimate certainty that they did not know.
Oh, okay then.
Well, then torture
They
them.
are not
torture
animal
them all
users.
you
I
want.
will give you that.
Alright then.
Hey, you have really high charisma, don't you?
I do.
So as someone with really high charisma, we could assume that he knows Russian?
No, he would know more Russian than you guys.
I am a tech man nerd, you know.
Yeah.
Studying all about the
Tech
Russian.
man nerd.
Sounds like a. All right.
Tech man nerd.
I am tech man nerd.
I'm very curious about this cargo.
I say we just leave.
Your
And
call.
we go and try and find the most Russian ship that we can find. Cargo ship.
We don't know that it's going to be on Russian ship. If you were Russians transporting something, why would you use a Russian
It's just
ship?
a
if it's
hammer and
supposed
sickle and
yeah. Right. Why would you use an extremely Russian ship?
Why would you
I have
not?
a
If you're a
question.
superpower, what the hell do you care?
I
You just
Hold
let
on.
off a nuke.
If
Found out
it's
the question.
secret-
What is it?
now they're all staying heroically, right?
They're not
Stoically.
stoically.
Oh,
Stoically, so they're just kind of, you know, neutral
Now,
to the situation.
where's the guy that slapped your hands feet at?
Under the table still.
Because I want to kind
Well,
of,
under the wood.
I want to kind of move the plate underneath to where he steps back and
That'll
slips
show
and
them.
falls.
Yeah.
You're assuming he would stand, but sure. So you want to use
You
your
said that he
anima-
would stand and knock. He stood up whenever his food fell.
Okay,
on.
gotcha. So so you want to make it to where like the guy has like a plate next to him, so that
Well, obviously the plate fell and stuff because you know the table.
yeah.
And I want to make it to where I move the plate to where it's behind him, so when he takes a step back, because you know they're obviously going to walk,
Sure.
and then he's,
Sure.
he's going to slip and fall.
All right. So you're going to make a
Why? Why are you doing this?
what's your range?
6.
6 meters. How far is that?
Well, we literally just walked in the door and all of this just happened.
So 6 meters. Yeah, you guys haven't even sat down yet.
No!
So you're very close to them.
Chance.
I'm gonna go ahead and say you're gonna use your intelligence and range
Intelligence.
to make. We'll say the target number's 4.
Alright.
It's gonna be very simple
God.
for you to do this.
So he's 2 6s?
Yep. Drum roll. 5. You barely passed it. So.
And look which one it is.
Whatever, leave me alone.
So you successfully make the. I'm assuming your command is to just go behind him.
Mm-hmm.
So the plate stretches out like the plastic and creates little legs and walks behind him.
That's disgusting.
And, as he takes a step back to like move his chair, he steps on the plate and slips a little bit, but catches himself on the ground. This enrages him, and he's cursing and making a scene while his comrades are trying to calm him down. Trying to calm him down a little bit, but he's unhinged at this point. Like he's almost done the splits, and he's not okay.
That's awesome.
Not a happy camper.
He's screaming. The server has left. He kicks the plate across the room, shatters it, and is just screaming, And so, what do you guys want to do at this point? Because you
I like
pissed
your-
him off.
I like your, but he doesn't know it was us.
No, absolutely not.
Well, I like your idea of leaving.
Yeah, leaving.
How about we just leave?
Leaving sounds like a great idea at this point.
So let's leave our whatever, however much it
I
costs, and then we'll
satisfied
get
my
out.
grade.
All right, so you guys are leaving.
That wasn't very useful.
Yeah, you guys have if you want to, you have 15 minutes to get on the ferry.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
No ferry.
No
Okay,
fair.
100% I don't think.
Why? Well, we don't have an
Alright,
alternate
so
route.
the fortune teller told me that
You haven't told us yet.
We are going
Oh.
from mainland to islands.
Well, hold on. Let him tell. We don't know
And
about
also,
the fortune
hold
teller
on.
yet.
Out of character, remember, there was something in your pocket.
Yeah, remember she said you had something in your pocket.
chocolate. I have chocolate in my pocket.
You have a bag full of chocolate.
I have a
Nobody
bag-
just gives you chocolate and says, "Put this in your pocket."
It's like unwrapped Hershey's.
Kind of melted a little.
I have a box of chocolate with 23 pieces
Did
left
you
in it.
check
Some
inside?
moist
Because she said
chocolate.
there's something in your pocket. She didn't say what it was.
Well, I have a feeling that the chocolate is for us to buy our way onto a ship. The right cargo ship.
Why don't you search your pockets?
Okay, well...
And the sorcerer's stone appears.
So as you search your pockets, I'm assuming that's what you're doing.
Yes.
You're searching your pockets, you find your ferry ticket.
Is that
Which
what she
would let
meant?
you on the ferry.
Is that what she meant?
That's where they're hiding the cargo. Is on the ferry. Because that's the most obvious, but the most
Just get on the ferry. Just get on the ferry.
So let's go to the ferry, guys!
Okay, let's just go.
You guys are great government agents, by the way.
That wasn't. All of what we just did was not useful.
Completely useless.
But it was fun.
No, it's technically useful.
It was fun. I will give it that. Okay.
So you guys are going to be making your way to the ferry, right?
Hey, is that
Yeah.
chocolate in your pocket?
No.
Hold on. Roll to smell the chocolate.
No. Because all I pulled out was the ferry ticket. I haven't...
But can I smell the chocolate?
It's in a different pocket.
Can I smell it anyway?
All right. Roll a roll intelligence.
I don't
see
want to
if
know
you-
that there's chocolate, though.
You just asked me. Too bad.
Okay.
What's your intelligence?
12.
12?
12, yeah.
Roll it. You need to have, I'm going to say, a 10 or higher to smell the chocolate in his pocket.
3.
Ooh, thank
Yeah,
God.
you don't smell the chocolate. You perk up in the air and you're like,
You realize
Like,
that
you
it was
smell
the chocolate
nothing.
cheesecake that you were smelling.
yeah. It's just like on your lips still.
It's on your beard a little bit.
Yeah.
So, you guys want to
God, it
leave.
hurts.
Yes, we're getting on the ferry.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
And you have paid. So, you guys exit the building. You make your way past the angry Russian man.
I don't know what his deal is.
Yeah, what a
Yeah.
fucking weirdo. So, anyway.
Dude's mad.
You head outside, and you're immediately greeted by, like, it's probably a little cold in the bar, so you're immediately greeted by, like, a warm burst of air along with a very nice breeze.
Nice
And
Norwegian breeze.
You hear in the background.
Oh my god. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
Alright.
And almost directly in front of you is the ferry where you would need to go.
Beautiful.
There's a man in a uniform, taking tickets at the front of the dock.
Right.
He doesn't speak a word of English.
Cool.
He doesn't speak a word of English. He just essentially takes your tickets and lets you go on
Passes us on.
by. Do you want to go there immediately?
Yes.
Good call, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we probably should.
So you guys go immediately. You all pull out your ferry tickets. You hand it to the man. He, is just very proper with you and takes your ticket, puts it away, hands you the stub, and off you go. So this is kind of like, it's an older boat. It's definitely older.
What's the name?
There's no name. We'll say the SS Trauma.
No
Because I don't know anything else. And essentially, like, you all get on with no issue. There's no pat downs. There's nothing of the
Did
sort.
the Russians also get on?
No, the
Okay.
Russians did not come out.
Got it.
Once you make your way onto the ship, you notice that it's just intricately decorated. I mean, it looks like something that,
Immaculate.
Yeah, people would love to be on this boat. There's a small bar off to the left side where there's a long line of people waiting. There's a few tables filled with people who are already enjoying their drinks. This is a 3-level boat from when you step on. So if you walk up,
It's a yacht.
there is it's definitely not a yacht, buddy.
It's a big-ass ferry, though.
But there's a second floor where they have like live music and things like that. And there's a third floor where you can observe like the deck, and the galley, and things of the sort. And
How long
there's
is the
also,
trip?
huh?
How long was
3
the
hours.
trip from Norway?
3 hours.
Okay, that's right. I forgot you said
And
that.
so you and there's also a place where they put luggage and things like that. Like in the hall. So, what are you guys doing now that you are on the ship?
Well, we should.
And people that are on the ship too look like tourists. There's a few people that look like they might be on business or something. There's just so many different types of nationalities. It's definitely a tourist attraction. You can hear in like English, Norwegian, and a few other languages, like kind of like a static recording telling you like the itinerary of the live music, telling you where you're going, what time you're departing, etc. Just
Does it
different
tell
stuff
us
like
where
that.
not to go?
I mean, no, that's not how these things work.
That's not information they would give us over
They're
the
just
intercom.
not like, oh, and by all means, don't look here.
Well, no, I'm saying don't go. Like if it
would
if they said,
essentially it would
Just
just be
keep
like
all
walk on the wall.
arms and legs inside the boat.
Okay. Well, I was looking more towards don't go into this part of the boat due to your own safety or whatever. You got.
No,
don't think they
there's
would
probably
give us
signs
that
or something
Yeah,
like that.
that says
but
authorized
that's
person
not
only.
going to be advertised.
Yeah, the next thing that I was going to do was walk around the boat and look for.
So you're breaking
employee
away
signs.
from the rest of them to go look around the boat.
I suggest that if we're looking for something that's hidden, bottom of the boat would be the best place to look.
More than likely, yes. But
I think
we
it's
also
at the top of the boat.
But we haven't debriefed each other on everything that we've learned.
Oh,
yet.
let's debrief.
Okay, so
Mhm.
at this point, you guys have been in a social phase
Right.
this entire time. We're going to go into a conclusion phase.
Ooh.
So at this point, anytime you want to share information out of character or in character, feel free to do that right now.
I feel like we would share all the information that we had.
Yeah.
That we know that the Russians are transporting something. We don't know what ship it's on. Could be on this one.
We know there are Russians on the island.
There are Russians on the island.
There was a
And then your whole thing with the
with the tarot card,
With the tarot card.
and what I needed to find a.
You could also deduce, just based on Sean, because you were with Sean essentially, that she is an Anima user.
Right. Yeah. She was an anime user, and that a special item is on a boat that I already had what I needed to get to it.
So we know that they're Pepper and I know that we
Team 2.
Team
Alpha know that that the Russians are transporting an item on a ship. You know that there is a special item on a ship that you already have access to.
Correct.
So, process of elimination, we know that it's on this.
It's more than likely on the ferry. 90%.
I wouldn't say 90. I'd say like 73% sure.
All right, Team 2, you go with that.
Team Alpha.
How do we know if we find it? We don't even know what it is.
I feel like it'll be
very apparent.
Yeah, it'll be a big box with Russian letters on it.
Don't open.
Yeah,
here.
in Russian. Yeah, I don't speak Russian, so.
Well, I'm pretty sure that we would know "do not open."
I don't.
Kind of
That's
regular
probably
words?
a simple phrase. You'd know simple Russian phrases that they would use if they were to print them on something.
And he knows more Russian than all of us, right?
Yes.
Right.
He's essentially fluent in Russian, as far as I'm concerned.
See, what's awesome is that I can
Almost.
just into the shadows, so I can literally just
Cool.
go into the bottom of the boat.
Wait,
and
so
see if I can locate it at all.
when you do that, do you have a timer on yours? Because my thing says 30 seconds. I guess that's just how long I can take over your ability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you're copying. You're not
Right.
taking their
Or, well,
ability.
yeah.
Me, it's
Forever and infinite.
whatever.
Yeah,
I guess.
okay.
I don't know.
I mean, you could essentially stay in the shadows as long as you would like.
Right.
We'll say that, there's probably a hard limit at some point on it.
Oh yeah.
But
I'm not saying
nothing that you're not going to live your life literally in a shadow.
no.
I feel like the limit would be like how long the shadow stays there until like.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to move with it. So
Yeah. Basically what I want to do is after since we're in the conclusion phase, so we all shared info, we all know that there is a special package on this boat that we need, on this ferry, that we need to find, locate, and see what it is. We all have the same objective now. Before, we have a 3-hour time limit
Yeah.
to find it before we hit the islands.
Which is a good amount of time. I feel like you and I could do very well investigating the ship, as I can control metal, you can move through shadows.
Right.
And then we have good charisma we can maybe ask about.
Right, but
well,
neither one of us, both of us having D4s and charisma, probably isn't smart that we team up in case we get caught.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we get caught, we dead.
That's true.
Like, we're both, like, I'm a fighter, he's an assassin. We could easily kill the people that we need to,
Yeah.
but...
That's the whole thing.
You gotta talk your way out.
That's a lot of paperwork.
Well, you could just kill the whole boat and then dump them off the side, and then
wow, all right, murder hobo.
they
wow.
I don't hate that idea.
They wouldn't. I mean,
I don't think the U.S. government would be pleased with that
I
result.
see why Joe kidnapped a gnome.
Yeah. All right.
I kidnapped
so, is that
And
enough for
and
your
then I
guys'
made him work
conclusion?
for us.
We
I
can move
think
to
so.
the next scene.
I think so.
So, as you guys get done talking to one another, we'll say that you guys have been kind of just sitting at or not sitting, but standing at a bar stool, kind of
Right.
table. And you hear over the loudspeaker dun, dun, we will now be departing, and you hear that in all different kinds of languages and things like that. You hear doo, doo, and the ship begins to take off. What are you doing? Are you splitting into different groups again?
I just want to say I love your impression of a ferry.
Thank
you got good Foley work.
Thank
This
you.
is
I
not
got
your-
good boat sounds.
I'll-
This is not your first boat ride.
No, I was thinking of his girl. Yeah, his girl intercom was like, "Hello." It was perfect. It was nice. It was smooth. It was
Does that calm you?
Good
Yes.
Foley work.
Yes.
You got good Foley work going on.
Thank you, buddy. All right, so
Anyway, yeah, we should split up.
Yeah, I
Good
think.
point about the charisma, blah blah blah.
But also, I mean, you guys can get information from anybody with your combined charisma. You and I can kill anybody with our combined combat skills.
Yeah.
So should we all stick together?
I think we split. I think Shade and I go down into the ship to try and find what we're looking for.
Oh, but you guys, what if you get caught? You're gonna
We
need
killed them.
Yeah,
You're gonna kill them?
At this point, yeah.
Holy Christ! All right, bet. I mean, I was gonna. But wouldn't it be better if you had somebody with charisma with
Joe,
you?
I'm kind of okay with killing.
Oh, you're. Oh, wow. That's.
Two things I'm hot for: murder and arson.
we are secret agents. So...
As you're talking amongst yourselves, Sean, I need you to roll intelligence.
Ah, fuck. That's another one.
What is that, a 2?
Yes. Yeah,
oh, yeah. So you look out, like, the window to your right, and you see what looks to be like a woman, but she doesn't look right. She like, something about her facial features and everything just doesn't seem like a normal human woman.
It's a gremlin.
Something just seems strange and offbeat.
Dragon.
She looks in at you and smiles at you, but her
banshee.
smile, instead of like just being like a normal one, just grows exponentially.
Like the Grinch?
Like, sure. Like the
Like that Japanese folktale about the lady who, like the cut face lady.
Sure.
Oh, I don't
As
like
a,
cut-face lady.
It's a good
As a
story,
professional,
You see her. You just see her walk by. You are unsettled by it.
though. As I
But,
would agree.
as a
Are you
gesture
Googling
of
it?
keeping professional, I go, like, you know.
Yeah, you nod at her.
just looks out the side of the boat, see the lady walking, just like.
I don't want to be like I don't want to give away the expression that I see something wrong with her. Yeah, we're agents, we're professionals.
So what are you doing?
Who's next to me?
I would assume you're all literally next to one.
Right next to each other.
I
We
turn
haven't
to the
departed
gentleman and
yet.
is like, gentlemen, I think there's a woman on this boat that has a very creepy smile.
That's
What?
that doesn't do much.
Everybody
for me.
writes you off.
Yeah, that doesn't
They
do-
don't. Nobody cares.
That
They're
doesn't
just
do-
kind of like, oh wow.
Is that literally what you
that's-
say?
No, that's what I say, and then I go like, I think this chick might be an Anima user.
Animal user?
Anima.
Anima. Magic. I'm
Ba-
just gonna go magic.
Based on her smile?
Well, if you go from a normal smile to a Joker smile,
The Grinch. Is
Like-
it the Grinch?
Like Glasgow smile?
Like, take a smile, and it just like is
Yes.
uncannily strange.
Yeah, see, I'm going slit face lady, Japanese folklore. That's what I'm going with.
I was just gonna go with Joker.
But we didn't see.
But you have nothing to infer that this woman would be an anima user.
Right, she just has a really weird smile.
Don't like that.
Not a fan. I'm not a fan of people who smile.
So what
I'm
are,
not a
what
fan
are you
of
guys?
people.
Anyway, before they all derail, before they all go off in their surprises, like,
You guys are cool. I guess,
do I
but-
know what the
Yeah.
girl looks like what she's wearing?
Yeah, you did get a good look at what she was wearing. She's wearing a black dress that seems kind of out of place for what you've seen people wearing here. She has a choker around her neck, and she has a like medium length brunette haircut.
I tell them that.
Okay, so you relay the information so they can watch out for her.
I told her, I was like, if you see her, she seems a bit different than the average Jill.
All right.
Okay.
So,
All right.
with that being said, what teams are you departing in, and what are you doing?
Shade and I, Shade and Reynolds will be breaking up into Team Alpha.
Okay. So this is the new team too.
Team Alpha, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and you guys are.
We are going down into the bellows of the ship to try and find whatever, I don't know, a cargo hold,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. And then Agent Richards and I will be just talking amongst
I'm
the,
gonna be
the
looking.
people on the
passengers
ship.
and
I'm
seeing.
gonna be looking for that strange lady.
Yeah, and seeing if we can gather any information that
About
way.
the strange...
And since our
split-face
charisma
lady.
is so high, we should have good luck doing.
All right. So we will start with Team 2,
Alpha.
aka Team Alpha.
Thank you.
And what are you guys doing exactly?
First, we are going. Excuse me. First, we are going to try and find a employee entrance only sign
Okay.
Ah, beautiful.
that looks like after an employee goes through to see if we can see inside of the thing to see
Man, I wanna play
any kind
Hitman
of
now.
downstairs staircase.
Okay. You make a intelligence check, or hold on. Make an intelligence check, or you can use your anima and junction range.
Okay, because we don't need to wait for somebody to go in. I can just break locks.
No. I'm saying to know which door is the right one.
Oh, okay. Well, the one that says employee entrance only.
Well, no,
Fair.
there's going to be multiple where one will lead up
Fair.
to the.
What I'm
fair,
trying to
fair,
say
fair,
right
fair,
now
fair.
is that I need you to make a check to see how many employee signs from your vicinity that you see.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So
6.
6. Yeah, you definitely. What was that out of a 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, you passed that. It's simple. So essentially, you see 2. You see one that leads back to the kitchen behind the bar, and you also see another one with stairs that lead down. This one is held off by a chain with a tiny sign in the middle that hangs from the chain. Employees only.
Okay.
Got it.
Alright, so I let
Reynolds
know that I saw the way to go downstairs.
Right,
Yes.
okay.
Right. So that's the way we need to go.
There are many people.
Are there
around.
many employees?
There are not very many employees near you.
Okay.
We'll say that essentially as you got onto the boat, the staircase would be directly to the right and down from there, so you'd be pretty close to the guy greeting you as you get onto the ship.
Okay.
But there isn't, anyone who would necessarily stop you if they saw you walking down.
Got it.
So what are you doing?
So we walk down. I walk down.
Are you jumping over the chain?
I don't think we're jumping over. I just think I'm
You're just stepping over it?
just like is it like one of those chains that has
It's like body height,
right, like, but I could like unhook it and then rehook it.
No.
Like it's just like linked on both sides. Like I could like literally have to step over.
Yeah, you would probably need like a key or something in
Cool.
order to unlock
it.
the chain.
Step over it.
Just use your magic
I'm
powers.
just gonna follow in his shadow.
Oh, so you're literally just like just dropping in. All right. Okay. So as he steps over, you are slinking into a shadow, -1 AP. Okay. So you guys walk down. The stairway goes down and then to the right, and then down again. As you guys walk down a little bit further, you hear some voices.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
What are they? Do we understand what they're saying? Like, is it a language we know?
It's in Russian.
Okay, we have basic understanding of Russian.
You have basic understanding of Russian, yes. I need you to roll for intelligence to see if you can determine that. Your target number is going to be a 4.
I got a 3.
Okay, you do not understand a word that they say.
Right.
Do I need to do the same?
You can do the same thing. Target number 4.
7.
Okay, 7. You just hear them essentially shooting the shit.
Okay.
They're just bullshitting with one another.
All right.
What do you want to do, Shadow?
Are they in the room?
You're still on the staircase. They're standing outside of a room.
Standing
They are
outside
on
of a room.
the stairs.
Okay. So I guess firstly, if they're talking, then are they right underneath a light or?
No, there's no lights in the stairway.
Okay.
At least that are illuminated now.
Okay.
There are shadows you can slink between.
Oh
but
yeah, I was just trying to make it to where
it's
I wouldn't.
dark down there.
Oh okay. All right then.
It's a little darker than normal. There are
Perfect
shadows
for me then. All right. So I'm going to slip into their shadow and then try and see what they're guarding. Because they're
You are
outside of
in the
room?
shadow, so you are like on the ground.
Right.
So what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to see what's in that room.
Okay, so I need you to roll a.
Yeah, like what do you like? How would you get out of that?
The only way I can think that you would see anything is if you were able to look underneath, like the gap in the bottom of the door.
So there's a closed door.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
the stairs go
Yeah.
down. They
Right.
take a right, and then
There's
they take
like into a hallway. So it's like down steps, platform, down steps.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so at that
So there's a
point,
landing.
there's a door there,
Mhm.
and so the only way you could see anything is if you looked underneath the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can I slip underneath the door?
No, there is a light on the other side. Immediately on the other side, there is a light that
Is the
would
door
light
locked?
any
But maybe you
shadows.
can be in the
I
shadow
don't
and
know
then
that
still
right
see
now.
under the.
Okay, I want to try the door and
Yeah.
see if I can open it.
There are Russians standing outside the door.
Oh, okay. I thought they were inside the room. Sorry.
No, they are outside the door,
They're
which is why
guarding
you can
it.
hear
Okay.
them.
Right,
Then
okay.
Before,
So if you were to walk down there, they would ask you, why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
You know, why are you being here?
Right. Got it.
Okay, then I want to go into the shadow of the door. Like, where the...
You are already with the...
You're already
in
in
the
the
shadow of
shadows.
the Russians, which the Russians, like, if this is the door right here, you're
Oh, okay,
they're
they're
standing
literally
right
right
here.
there.
So
Okay,
you're
okay.
already there.
Alright, so then, yeah, I want to peek through the crack.
Do they have
Okay,
guns?
If I can
You're
see
going to
anything.
need to make a dexterity, and if you want to junction your anima, a range check.
Yeah.
Do they have guns? Would I be able to see that?
You can't see it. You can't
Right,
see
okay.
them from where you
Alright,
are.
okay, that's fair.
Okay, so I'm definitely gonna use my anima for that.
It's getting intense.
It hasn't even gotten intense yet. We haven't had skill.
I would like to pull out my cardboard box.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's not going to cut it. You don't see anything through the door. That was a 6.
Yeah.
The target number in my head was 10.
Okay.
All right.
I should have called that out ahead of time. However, also I would like to retcon and say that after your conclusion phase, and now that you are on the ship, you are in an NA investigation phase, which you've already predetermined.
Got it.
So just to put further awareness out there, you are in an NA investigation phase.
Okay. All right. So I check to see if they have guns.
You can see that one of them does have a firearm.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna.
It's a pistol.
Okay.
I can use that.
I'm gonna slink back into Agent Reynolds' shadow and give him the info.
All right, and with that information, we're going to switch to these guys. Team 1.
Okay.
Comprised of Agent Richards and
Pepper.
Pepper.
Agent Peppers.
Yeah, let's. What do you want to do? You want to just talk to just some of the
wanna-
passengers?
I want to find out who that mysterious woman was.
Okay. Didn't you see her walk by?
Yeah.
Did she disappear or?
All I saw was her smiling, and I gave her a gesture.
But did you see where she went? Like, do you at least have a direction? Maybe.
doing?
I mean, it's not like she
she
walked
could
by.
have walked essentially behind you out on the deck.
Oh, okay.
So at this point, you know, we
could probably find her. Yeah, we could probably find her. It's not that.
Let's try to pursue her.
Okay, let's look around.
Okay.
I'm looking. I don't see anything.
Where do you guys want to go to look for her? Do you want to go out on the deck?
Yeah, out on the deck. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys go.
I want to go to the direction where she went.
Okay, so you go out on the deck, and there's a lot of people out there. It seems like, you know, decent amount of couples, decent amount of
Now,
families.
What was she
sightseeing.
wearing? What was she wearing?
She was wearing black,
Okay. All right. So, a woman in black.
and most people don't usually wear black during a summer.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So she might stand out, but we don't know for sure if that's her actual real look.
As you guys are out there, I need you to roll intelligence checks.
Okay.
4.
2.
Or 2. No, you guys don't notice anything. So you guys are out on the deck, and I mean, it just seems like normal people are out there. I mean, it's just families, couples, things like that. You don't really see anybody standing out there. There's like one guard out there with like a high vis on.
I have a question. Is there a camera? Like a camera?
Yeah, there are cameras on the ship.
Okay. Because
The fidelity on the cameras is, you know, not the greatest.
Oh, okay.
But there are cameras.
All right.
Could we just ask a passenger if they saw a woman
You can
in black
do whatever you
walk
want.
by? Okay. We have high charisma.
Sure. Yes.
Okay. So let's ask just a nearby couple, and then see if they see anything. We're just gonna ask if they saw a woman in black walk by, possibly with a unique smile.
So who do you walk up to in this
Just,
scenario?
I'm gonna look at the crowd, and obviously there's gonna be some of those special people out there.
I don't know what that means.
I'm gonna walk up to these couple he's a bit chubby, you know.
Okay, so you walk up to the chubby Italian man.
Yeah.
Who is standing
Molto
outside.
bene.
And
Margheriti.
Spaghetti, rigatoni.
I'd like to remind you that one of the people that worked on this game is Italian, and they would not appreciate that.
We'll have to cut that out.
For that reason, I'm going to name this man Ima. It stands for, his full name, which I will butcher if I try to pronounce now. So, at this point, the man turns to you, and he says, "What do you want?"
And I'm like, good.
And like some very good English.
I go, good evening, sir. I am looking for a certain woman around here. She's wearing black all around. She might have a very petite set of smile. Have you seen any such woman around?
I have not seen anyone. I have not seen anyone by that description. Who are you?
My name is Richard. I'm a tourist that just got here, and there's this very interesting woman, and I would wish to meet her, but unfortunately, you have no intel.
Well, the ship isn't that big.
Where would you suggest that there be such a fine woman?
He's incredibly disturbed already by this question. I need you to roll a charisma check.
As are all of us.
What's your charisma?
12.
12? Alright, the check number is going to be 6 or higher. 5. Yeah, he no longer wants to answer your questions.
He backs away slowly.
Yeah, dismisses you.
He jumps over the edge.
He's essentially pulls his girlfriend tighter to him and then
Why aren't you helping?
dismisses you.
Aren't you supposed to be helping?
I thought I was supposed to be helping, yeah. Okay, alright, that didn't work out. Alright, let's ask somebody else. There's a young girl. Is that possible? That there's a young girl?
Yeah,
ask?
I mean, if you look around, there seems to be like a child.
Like a child, yeah.
Yeah, like a child, maybe like 12, 13 years
Old enough to make...
red dress.
coherent
seems
thoughts,
like she's probably dressed up to go on like a holiday with her parents.
Okay. Hello? Did you see a woman in black walk by possibly with a weird smile, a unique smile?
Roll charisma. We'll say the target
8.
number is a 3.
5!
What is it?
A 1.
A 1? She's immediately spooked by you and your suit and your appearance.
And my eye patch.
Yeah, and he just goes, "Mommy!" and runs away.
We're supposed to have good charisma. This is horrible.
With that being said,
This is horrifying.
we're going to go back to you guys.
We didn't do
All
anything.
right.
They didn't do a damn thing.
All right, Team Alpha, we got this. Okay,
I hope you guys are having better luck down there.
What we are going to do is I am going to go back into their shadows after I relayed the message of one of them having a gun, a pistol to be exact. All right, so we also gave ourselves a specified attack timer. All right, so what we are going to do is in 15 seconds since I left his body, we are simultaneously...
You left his shadow?
My shadow, yes.
Yeah, I want to go
Okay.
into their shadows. And what we are going to do is simultaneously, he is going to have spikes come out of the metal wall,
Yes.
and I'm going to have my shadow skewer hit both of them as well.
Okay.
Right, so we're going to kill these guys.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
That's hard.
And on top of that, if the metal spikes work out well, then they will also hold up the bodies. So that way we have a little bit longer of a time.
Wow.
What do you mean they're going to hold up the bodies and give you time?
They're just going to hold up the bodies.
They're going to hold
like,
up the bodies
suspend
to
them.
make it look like they're standing.
Right.
Oh, God. Oh, God. That's awful. Like, they're not going to see the blood pouring out of this?
They might
You
not.
said it's
I
dark,
don't know.
right?
It's
It's
dark,
dark.
down there, so if you happen to see a
It's not well
pool
lit.
of dark blood,
Okay.
Your words.
at a glance it'll look fine.
At a glance, it'll look
At a glance, murder is always fine.
Oh.
So, yeah, alright. Try it.
What do we roll for this?
You're gonna roll for accuracy and damage.
Okay, so-
Actually, since they are completely unaware, I'm gonna skip accuracy entirely.
Okay.
Let me pull up the stat block for these guys.
Murder.
This is what happens when we don't bring a charisma.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but look, if you even brought us, you wouldn't be in much better shape. I rolled a 1.
True.
Alright, yeah, I mean, whoever wants to roll for damage,
So
I'm assuming that, how are you doing this? Are you without raising alarm from them first?
At the same time, without them knowing.
it's literally
So you're, peeking down the staircase at them,
Right.
and he's going to be essentially on them.
yeah,
Basically,
it's literally
yes.
going to be. All right, so if there's
That's totally fine. I get what you're
No,
talking about.
yeah.
But,
Simultaneous attack.
So you're going to, I need you to go first, since you're closest.
okay,
Makes sense.
all right.
And this is not combat yet, because they don't know what's happening.
They
Also,
don't know they're going to get murdered.
Do either one of us get advantage? I have to ask that before we.
You'll get advantage because you're right on top of them.
Okay.
Good,
Sounds
good
good.
question.
All right, so damage is for
Dex
Dex
plus
and
speed minus one.
1. All right, so it's 12 and
you'll roll that twice.
all right.
Dex plus speed. Twice.
All right, I got a 10 and a 7, so 10.
That's 17 damage.
All right. All right, so quick question. I just rolled a 10 and a 7, right? Or did I roll a 10 and a 7 for the advantage of Dex?
Hold on. Your damage is Dex plus speed. So you'd roll a 12 and a 12.
Right.
So your total is 17.
So I'll roll again, and
You
if it's
roll
higher
again,
damage,
if it's higher,
okay.
then it takes
Okay.
that.
All right. Okay, so there's
That's a
12.
12.
And a 9. So
Oh my
21.
god, that's 21. Who are you targeting?
Both, because it's a shadow skewer. It shoots out
If you
spikes.
target both, that will cost another anima point. If you
The-
target one, that will cost 1 anima point.
Dude, you kind of
That's fine.
You
That's
kind of
fine.
have
I'll
So
hit
you're
him
targeting
both. Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah, because
And you're
otherwise,
splitting the damage between both of them as well.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Then I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
God.
So what was your roll in total? That's
17.
21.
21. Okay, minus 12 from that.
Minus 12 from what?
21.
Minus 9.
9. Just as a favor from your GM, you can kill one of them. The other one is going to shriek in pain. You do kill one of them.
Okay.
You kill one of them. The other one is shrieking.
Well, see, that's why I
It's
said.
just a loud,
Well, that's why when before the attack, I said that we were going to attack simultaneously after 15 seconds after I left his, so that way his metal spike would come out and mine would come out at the exact same time.
Okay,
And also they're agents, so they would have.
that's fine then.
It's a 10.
That is a 10 for damage.
Yep.
Okay, how do you know that you're targeting the one that's alive? So at this
What
point,
do we would
guess
determine
what?
left or right?
Well, no.
No, he targeted both.
Yeah,
he already
I
did
thought-
that. So
well-
you're gonna have to flip a coin to see if you target the right one.
Heads
So
I target the right one, tails I don't.
heads or tails?
Heads I target the right one, tails I don't. Tails I didn't.
Okay, so the man is shrieking. He is screaming.
And then the other guy is
you
just
essentially pierce the dead body. The man is screaming.
All right, then.
God.
So while he's shrieking and distracted, and obviously he can't defend himself as of yet because of the
Stab him
shot,
with your knife.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come out of my shadows and just fucking and be done with it.
All right, what's your knife?
Knife is Dex +2 for ace.
All right, go ahead and roll for accuracy to see if you can do that.
Accuracy. Dex.
So
is-
what you're going to do with the your accuracy for your knife? Give me a second. I can pull up the stat
It's getting
block.
out of hand.
That's going to be Dex +2.
Right.
We're going to say that you need probably over a 4.
Over a 4. Well, I got a
That'll
10.
work.
All right, and then roll for damage.
Okay.
Strength +2.
Strength +2.
So it's
But
a
I don't
D10.
use strength anyway.
Well,
so-
you have to use strength because you're using a knife.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So it'll be...
That one.
Wait, so if it's +2, do I still use a 10 and
You
then...
use a 10 and add +2 to it.
Alright.
Excuse me.
9.
9.
So,
+2. Yeah, you just right in his throat. Halt the screaming.
Alright.
How long did he scream for?
Long enough for people to be noticeably, like, when you're on the dock, you can hear a muffled scream. Yeah, I mean, the man had, spikes go through him, and since lived? So, yeah, I mean, people are... You can see a couple people on the boat heading towards the stairs.
Oh, we can? Right now?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
they're walking. They're not, hastefully walking. They're like, what was that, you know? And
Yo.
they're walking towards the staircase.
Cool. So can I use my ability to break the lock, kind of jam the lock behind us? So that way people can't get in.
Oh, good idea.
I will say you can try.
Okay.
So roll for accuracy. I'm going to say that your target number is a 3.
What am I rolling for it?
You're going to be rolling for your ability, so you'll be using your type blocks. So what is your accuracy for your fighter type?
Strength plus strength.
Strength plus what?
So strength plus power -1.
So roll that for accuracy, get above a 3.
I'm gonna say that's a 16.
All right, so yes, you target it. You break the lock. Don't need to roll for damage because it doesn't take much to break the lock. And you are able to slip inside.
Cool. I just want to jam the lock so that way they can't get in behind us.
Okay, so roll for accuracy again, and that's going to take another anima point away.
15.
15. All right, so you jam the lock. There are dead bodies on the ship now.
Yep.
God.
Oh goodness.
Now,
Hey, you can animate dead bodies.
I
Make him walk around.
I could, but I'm not there.
How? He's just got a bunch of guys T-posing.
Well, the thing is that if he animates the dead body while there's a huge hole in him, multiple holes in one,
Gonna make
It's
it
just gonna be
Frankenstein.
So at this point, you guys are both inside the door. The
All
door
right.
is locked, and the dead bodies are outside of the door. They are on top of the deck. Let me finish.
Okay.
They are on top of the deck, and they have seen people walking down. At this point, people have discovered the dead bodies.
But they haven't discovered us, and that's what matters.
They haven't. So at this point, we're going to switch back to you guys for
Now,
a brief period of time.
while people were walking, did we notice the lady in black? Because
Yeah, because there was a... No? Okay, so
No.
we're still looking.
Okay.
All right, the next person that comes up... Yeah.
Now you said something to me,
is
but
this
I
an
didn't
8?
hear it.
Oh, actually, let me retcon that. Once you guys slip inside the door, you hear a girl laughing maniacally. But it doesn't sound like it's coming from anywhere in particular.
Don't like that.
You, Beers and I hear that.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah. No, not
And
okay.
now we're switching back to you guys.
Don't like that. All right, so yeah. We didn't see the woman in black walk by, so we're still looking for her. There's a person ahead of us, whomever that person is.
Well, there's some commotion going on the ship since they've discovered the bodies. They can't get through the door because it's jammed.
Okay.
But there's definitely a lot of the people are moving over there to see what the hell's going on.
At this time, since there's a commotion, I want to try and get to the camera room.
Into the camera room,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know where it is.
Yeah, we would have to either ask about it or...
Yeah, you would have to find intel or
I'll do
look
that.
into it.
I'll ask for intel. Is there any?
You're just gonna be like, hey, you know where the camera room is?
That's a little odd.
After somebody just got murdered? That's not suspicious, Sean.
No. I'm gonna be like, what is it? I'm a detective from overseas. and I can help you solve it.
You're gonna need to really roll your charisma on that one. So you hold on. I'm gonna entertain you.
Mm-hmm.
So like, there's a group that's kind of like peering into like the boat and like looking, and there seems to be a guy, like an older man, who's on like looks like he's on business or something like that. He's dressed really nice. You go up and ask him.
Ask him what?
Why don't you say? Hold on. Why don't you say you're?
What you were telling me?
Instead of a detective, how do you feel about you're a technician and you're trying to fix the cameras, and you lost your way on the boat and you need to find the camera room to fix it. Is that better than detective?
I don't know. I think he just set him up for something.
But yeah,
I'm not giving you any plot armor here.
No.
If you want to talk to this guy, you can.
I'm gonna ask him.
Okay, so you're asking him what?
Like, what's going on?
What's going on? He immediately replies and he goes, I don't know. I heard some commotion. I heard a screaming, and I heard other people running down there, just trying to see what's going on.
Is there?
Do you know what's going on?
No. Is there a camera room?
I'm sure there is somewhere on this boat. There has to be some sort of security,
Yeah.
Ask about the woman,
especially in
woman
this
black.
day and age.
No, not right now. But and I go like, maybe if we ask around, maybe we can ask the employees if there's a recording of what happened.
I don't know if they'd be willing to give that up, but you can sure try. I think I saw a guy over there. He had a high vis on and was walking around. You can sure try, but
Okay. I get it.
all right. So you, what are you doing?
I'm going to go up to one of the employees.
Okay, so you follow his direction then.
Mm-hmm.
So you're breaking apart from him.
Well, I'll go with you.
Okay, so you're walking with him.
Yeah, I'll go with him.
Okay, so you guys go up to a employee, and he's just kind of sitting out on the deck, like essentially just looking out at the sea. What are you asking him?
I ask him, sir, do you know what the commotion is?
He goes, I don't know right now, but it's gonna be kept under wraps until we can figure out what exactly has been going on here. If we need to, we'll get the Coast Guard involved.
Well, if you want, I can help you on this because I'm a detective from the United States.
Okay. Right now, he's just like, well, we have it taken care of. If we need your help, we'll reach out to you, though. Do you have a card?
Hold on, let me think.
And he's speaking very broken English, so it's kind of hard to understand him.
Well, we obviously are agents of something. So, is there a way for me to animate something to make it look like it?
No. Not to my knowledge, unless you have something you can whip out and surprise me with. That's your ability, not mine.
I know. I'm just thinking.
Damn.
Do you have anything you'd like to do?
So, I'm gonna still ask the employee about the woman in black. I'm still trying to find the woman in black.
Okay.
Can I roll for that?
So you're just asking him about her? If he's seen some girl walking around in black?
Yeah.
And he just goes, I mean, that's a vague description. I haven't seen anybody.
Did you see a woman in black with an interesting smile?
He says he hasn't seen anything like that. He goes, unless you have an immediate request, I'm going to need you guys to step aside for now.
Well, in that case, while he's there, I'll be like, well, let me know if you need assistance, and I'll be over here.
Sure. Okay. So, at this point, as you turn around, I need you to roll an intelligence check. Target number 2.
3.
Alright. So, you look up for a second, and you see a woman peering over on the 3rd floor.
Oh, God.
You also see what looks to be like bubbly knives floating in the air above her, and you see the same smile, and then the knives immediately pierce the employee you were talking to.
Oh, shit! Oh, oh, heck! Oh, heckin'! Man.
Oh, heckin'
I'm the only one that's being
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And then
Man.
what happens after that?
Well, we shit our pants. That's what happens. Holy moly.
You can relay that information,
I go.
or and as soon as those knives pierce them, they disappear.
The
They
knife
seem to just turn
Homie
into,
disappears?
like, water.
Yeah,
No, he doesn't disappear. He's
Okay.
still there. He's absolutely dead.
Like the employee died right in front of him.
He's dead.
He died, or no?
But
You saw the knives go there. He hasn't seen a thing.
and remember,
No. I'm going to keep walking for a few steps, making sure that she doesn't notice. And once we get there, I'm gonna be like, we need to get the others now.
So you walk over to him
Well-
and say that.
No. We're gonna keep walking.
Yeah, so like what did you do?
You don't
No,
see him.
you
You don't see him. He's behind you at this point.
Oh.
Right now, we can't let her know that we saw it. And so we're going to keep walking, and that's when I'm going to, whenever we feel safe, I'm going to.
So where are you walking to?
I'm walking back to where the crowd is. Like
So
back
are you
to
walking
that.
inside?
No, I'm walking back where the old man,
Okay.
where that dude is.
Okay.
And at the same time, I'm gonna go like this, get out my phone, and I'm just gonna put what's a secret code?
You could type like a text message on it.
Well,
and
that's
show it
what
to him.
that. Well, no, that's what I mean. Like, I want to send like I'm gonna show him a text to him, but I want to like send it to them saying armor user on the boat.
Anima user on the boat.
Yeah,
you could just do that. You're on a secured line.
Yeah, and I go like this, and I, just like pretty much I actually use my own anima, or like where it can't be seen, and I tell my phone to text it to them.
Okay, so that happens, but you have to remove one animal.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So your phone comes alive and goes beep beep beep, beep and sends the message. So at that point, we're gonna go back to you guys.
oh boy.
Dude, God.
So
Give me just a second.
you're good.
Oh, I'm gonna get water.
All right. So Team Alpha,
Thank you.
Team 2, the
Alpha?
new Team Alpha, Team 2. What are you guys doing?
Well, our phones just vibrated.
You can immediately tell, like, just because it's a door, but it has a window outside of it. You can kind of like creep up and tell that there are people out there. They've noticed the dead bodies. There's a group at the top of the stairs. In the room that you're in, you can see luggage strewn about, different things like that, crates and things, and that are being covered with like tarp and such. There doesn't seem to be anybody down there right now.
But we did hear, well, whenever we first got down here, there was a maniacal laugh.
Yes, a woman's voice, maniacal laughing.
I wonder if that's the same
I would assume so, but
from above.
water clone jutsu.
Yeah. Alright, so obviously they know that the dead bodies are there, so our first objective should be to look through the cargo to see if there's anything that stands out.
Find anything in particularly Russian.
Okay.
Sure.
So that's what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna.
Alright, so you guys are maneuvering about the ship. You are lifting up tarps and things like that. I mean, at first you're not finding anything that seems apparently Russian. What do you want to do?
Look harder.
Keep looking.
So you
look
want
gooder.
to do like an investigation?
Like a deep
kind of
investigation. Like, see, like...
stuff? Alright, I need you to roll your intelligence. Target number 8.
Fuck, my intelligence
Do you
is
want
8.
to junction your anima
Yes.
with a range so that it can like fly around and lift
Yes.
up?
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm 100% gonna do
Okay,
that.
you're both doing it too?
Yeah.
Remember to remove an anima point at this point.
Right.
I got a 12.
12?
I got a 14.
Alright, cool. So you both pass. Your animas fly throughout the cargo hold and are lifting up the tarps. You do see one like as your animas are like going around lifting up all the tarps so that you can see them, they both land on one and rip up the tarp and throw it into the air together, like it was in tandem, like a beautiful tandem. Then you see some letters on there that are in Russian, and you can determine this to say, live ammunition.
Got it.
Oh!
Open it.
Okay, you're going to need to roll to do that. So you can try your strength, or you can try your strength and power.
I would like to assist with that. Would that
You
give
can't.
him
You can't assist with.
Right, okay.
But you would roll it after.
On my own.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so should be enough to good. All right, so I am gonna use my enema to help out as well. I'm saying enema, I promise.
All right. So that's going to be to lift this thing up. I'm going to say it's a target number 7.
7.
That's
11.
a 11, and so you don't even need to do it. He pops
Cool.
it off. So you pop it off, and it's just a shit ton of live rounds of all different kinds of ammunition.
Okay.
What do?
Can I search through it?
Yeah, you can absolutely search through it.
I want to search through it.
Okay, I'm going to need you to make a intelligence check.
All right.
Target number 4?
7.
7. Okay, so you pass. So as you're searching through the live ammunition, you do find essentially like an invoice. On the invoice, you can vaguely tell it seems like this is supposed to be shipped to these islands that you're heading to.
Okay.
However, while you're searching through this, you notice that some of the bullets are now levitating and have bubbles coming from them.
Immediately go into shadow. Immediately. Immediate shadow. Like, I'm talking
You
like,
didn't even
boom.
check. You didn't even check the phone.
I did. We did.
And Mr. Reynolds, you can see this is happening as well. There's probably about 6 bullets levitating in the air. They're a little bit shaky, and at once they all fire off.
In our direction,
Yes.
I want to stop them. With the ability to control metal, I could, in theory, stop those.
Okay.
this is enemy against enemy.
I need you to roll for accuracy to see how many you stop.
How many of them are there?
Strength.
The
plus
target number
power.
is 6.
That's 14.
Yeah. So you immediately, as they... and you hear the initial from them. Or more like a... You know, they fire off and they just freeze in midair because of you.
Right.
As they're freezing, you see them kind of turn less from a physical form into a watery form and begin to fire at you.
Oh, can't do anything about that. Is there
Alright, so what I want to do is I want to trip him in a shadow.
Okay, don't do that. I can just fucking throw a metal plate up.
Oh, he spoke.
No,
first.
you're right.
So,
fucking dick.
All right. So I'm gonna need you to. We'll say he's probably about like 4 meters away from you. So we won't roll for range or anything like that. So essentially, I need you to. I need you to roll your. Let's see here. What should you roll? What's your power?
8.
8. So are you using... You're still in your anima. You're
Yeah.
still in the
I
shadows.
immediately went to shadow.
Did you deduct an anima point for that?
Yes. Yes, I did.
So you're at 12.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to be moving through and trying to trip him. Use your strength to see if you can actually trip him.
Okay. Alright.
And that's going to be a target... What's your strength?
My strength is 12.
12? Okay, this is going to be a target number of 6.
6?
Fuck.
1. You do not trip him.
Yep.
What are you
Definitely
doing?
not.
When I see the liquid bullets moving, I want to throw, I can form metal. So I'd like to form, a wall of metal in front of me to protect myself.
You're in a good spot to do that because the ship is entirely made from metal.
Right.
So I'm going to assume that you're what are you doing to do this? I'm
Like-
not going to assume anything actually.
Full Metal Alchemist style, pulling a wall of metal in front of myself.
From the floor.
From the floor, yes.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your roll your accuracy to see how many you protect yourself from.
All right.
There are 6 bullets. Target number 6.
12.
All right, you protect yourself from all 6 bullets, and they pierce the metal like, dum, 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 and they are like
Right.
almost
They're in
through
there.
it.
Yeah.
On the other side, or like from below him, you can see the water dripping down, and you see it moving away.
I want to follow it in my shadow.
Okay, you can easily follow it in your shadow, and you can see it kind of going up the walls and through the cracks. That's going upwards.
Crap. I'm not going to follow it all the way up there. That is a bad idea. Because then it would be me against one enemy user who
Hearing
obviously
the
is pretty
sound,
strong.
you can hear people like pounding on the door,
Trying to get in.
trying to get in.
Because they did hear gunshots.
Oh, yeah. God.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
You're done. We're going back to them.
Team 1.
Team 1.
All right, so we...
Do we hear that?
Richards and Pepper.
Do we hear those shots?
Yeah, you hear the shots. It's a
Okay.
gunfire and a
Let's-
ship's hull.
Why don't we go down there? Do you want to go down there?
No, I say we go to the 3rd floor.
Oh,
In the opposite direction.
okay. All right, that's where the woman was.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going up to the 3rd floor.
Okay.
So we are there steps nearby?
Are you guys like rushing there? Are you walking? What are you doing?
We need
We're
to...
briskly. We're not walking like normally. We're walking very quickly. Not quite running, but walking
Okay.
quickly.
As you guys are walking up the stairs, there's people like funneling down because they've heard the gunshots. They're scared. Like even one of the bartenders from up top has run down.
Okay.
Essentially, people, over the intercoms, you start hearing beep, 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 and you hear one voice come on. It's like, we're experiencing something going on the ship right now. If everyone could make their way down to the lobby, that would be fantastic. We need to make sure that everyone is safe, please.
At that state, whenever I think about it, I'm just like, we need to get to them. So that's when I want to go with the crowd and then try to get down there.
So you're not going up to the 3rd anymore.
No.
Oh, I kind of wanted to go to the 3rd floor.
You guys need to determine that for yourselves.
I say it's best if we group up.
But you have no accessible way that you know of to get to them right now.
True. So,
You could try.
where
And how do we know?
where are we at right now, like on the ship wise?
On the ship, you are still on the 1st floor.
Okay.
You are still on the 1st floor. Technically, you are still out on the dock. So, like on the dock area, you can go up through like the staircases out there, or you can go inside and go upstairs. There's no way to go downstairs from the sides of the boat.
Alright. In that case, I bet the only course of action is to go up.
Yeah, let's go up to the 3rd floor.
Okay, so are you going in through upstairs, or are you going in through outside?
Outside.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going upstairs from outside, so you're climbing up. There's people coming down still, so I mean, like, a lot of these people are running past you.
Right, because of the gunshot.
Yeah, they're spooked. And so, essentially, like, you guys go up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's one bartender up there. You're on the 3rd floor at this point, I'm assuming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're on the 3rd floor. There is one person. Are you guys talking about this?
Yeah.
Okay, that's totally fine. But there is one bartender up there. He's essentially like wiping glasses. He's got a phone out that's reading out more like a walkie-talkie. It's reading out like what's going on, things like that you can kind of hear, but it's in Norwegian. You can't understand it. Is that a proper language? Is it Norwegian?
I think so.
Okay, well, in this alternate universe it is, because I'm not cultured enough. So, anyway, they're speaking in a different language you can't understand. And you guys have walked up on top of the ship, and there's tons of people's things that they've just left. And there's just this guy, and it seems like there's a dog, like, that got left up on top of the ship. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna go up to the bartender and ask him what's the situation.
I want to pet the
He
doggo.
goes, well, everybody needs to make their way to the lobby. You guys can't be up here. He's speaking in broken English, so it's more like, you need to make way lobby, danger on board.
I replied to him, was like, lobby is full. We can't get down there. It's too crowded.
He goes, well, if you have to stay up here, but it has been advised you go down.
We will wait here, because you obviously seem to know what to do.
And he's literally sitting there like rinsing out glasses.
Then I start asking questions like, have you noticed anything odd going on here?
There's a freaking gunshot, of course. He
basically relays the information that you know already, that 2 people have like died on the ship, and that 2 people are or that there's gunshots that have been heard. So it seems like he essentially says like there's something to the extent of an active shooter on.
Now, is there anyone else in the bar?
No, it's literally just you guys and then the dog over there that is kind of like just sitting.
I'm gonna go over and pet the doggo because I have a suspicion about this doggo.
Okay. As you go over and I'm assuming you just like reach out to pet the dog, right? Mm-hmm. It's growling at you.
Okay, no petting of the dog. I won't pet the dog.
So you like pull your hand away?
Yeah. I'm like,
Okay. So what are you doing at this point?
Didn't you say that if you're an anima user, you can tell that other people are
when they're using it?
When they're using it. Mm-hmm. My suspicion is that this dog is not actually a dog.
Can dogs be anime users?
Yeah. And
anything could be an anime user, essentially. Yeah. Iggy from part 3 of
Okay,
JoJo's
I haven't watched
is
JoJo's,
a
so I don't know.
User.
Yeah, okay.
So wouldn't I know if this dog was an anime
you wouldn't know until
not necessarily. Like technically, like for instance, like by following JoJo's logic, at one point in the early parts of Stardust Crusader, sorry for the spoilers, everybody, if you haven't watched it. Also, if you haven't, what's wrong with you? There is a monkey that is on a ship that is completely abandoned, and it turns out the ship is actually its stand.
That's fucking dope.
So it's not always blatantly obvious, depending on its power. So, at this point, as you like pull your hand away from the dog, it turns, and a smile grows big over its face.
And I did tell you. So what are you gonna do?
I don't want to hit the dog, but I kind of want to hit the dog.
It's your choice. What are you gonna do? You are an agent, so act like an agent.
Do I throw the dog overboard?
Yeets the dog.
Alright, I'm eating the dog.
So you grab the dog?
I grab the dog and I eat it.
As you grab the dog, it latches onto your arm.
I bang it against the wall.
Well, it latches onto your arm.
And I'm banging it.
Wait.
Joseph dies
I
first.
need a D6. What's your defense?
Hold please. 6.
6?
Yeah.
Oof.
That's a 2.
Yeah. It latches on and tries to bite you, but it's just its teeth don't feel like teeth.
What do they feel like?
Water.
Yeah, like water. And
Constant.
as you go to shake it off your arm and smash it against the wall, it just turns into water.
Do I still have like bite marks on me?
There's no bite marks.
That's somehow
as the water
worse.
smashes onto the ground, you see the water float up into the air and split into all different kinds of droplets
That's
and
when
form into the shape of a knife.
I dive over the bar.
You dive over the bar like with the bartender?
Because the bartender just seen it too.
Yeah, he definitely just saw it.
That's not very secret agent of you.
I think anyone would.
Diving into a bar is very secret agent.
But he's diving away from the danger.
I think
He's gonna get shot at. Of course, he's gonna hide behind.
So
the bar.
anyway, one knife appears from this water, the rest like scatters. And it comes
the rest of the
straight down.
wait. When you say the rest, you mean knives?
Like all the water droplets.
Oh, water droplets.
Can,
Okay.
can I do something?
No.
Huh.
The knife comes down straight at you. What are you doing?
Remember, you can copy anyone's armor ability, and that's right next
You
to
can copy his
range.
anima ability.
Your anima.
Yeah.
You are within range of him to where you could copy.
So can't I animate this?
You can
Or-
animate, like, say, like, there's a table right in front of you. You can
Yeah,
animate
like
to move
bring
in front
like
of you.
okay, but I'll have to roll for it. But yeah, a piece of wood from a table, something
Something like-
nearby. Yeah.
Anything that you are surrounded by inanimate objects that
Right.
you could
Okay,
bring to
so
life
let me roll
Right.
for that.
that are small sized.
What do I have to roll for that? I guess accuracy or
So to animate something, I'm going to say, just roll accuracy and see if that actually animates it.
so that's intelligence plus range
Intelligence plus range minus 2 plus
-2.
minus 2. So your target number, I'm going to say, since you're surrounded by the stuff, is going to be like a 4.
Okay.
Is room 6.
So, is that a 6? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a 6 plus, and you're going to have to minus an AP since you're using.
Okay.
You're going to have to
And a
actually take
4.
away 2 anima points because you're copying his ability and using the ability.
Okay. So it's down to 17. I got a 6 and a 4.
So it would be 10.
-2 would be 8, so 8 out of 4.
So what exactly are you doing?
There's a table or something that I'm like,
Sure. So you pull the table over, and the knife pierces through the table.
yeah.
And blocks you. As this happens, the knife that has pierced through the table just kind of like morphs through and forms into like this really like kind of like cartoon-esque like kids drawing of like a human's face.
Oh, this
and
is
then
creepy.
just like disappears.
This
Yeah.
is creepy.
Not a fan.
This is creepy. Don't
Not
like
a fan. First off, not a fan of children.
that? Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. So
No.
anyway,
Yeah.
so that has disappeared from your area now. So we're gonna end with you guys and go back to you two.
We got a Chucky on board.
Team Alpha, Team 2.
Last thing you knew was that
It's funny because Team Alpha is not meaning Team 2.
not at all. No.
Not even a little bit.
No matter what team I'm on,
Sorry
I call
to
it
the
Team
viewers
Alpha.
who have been confused.
Yeah.
If you made it this far, congratulations.
Right. Last thing we knew was that you saw the water bullets dissolve. You followed the water up into the
I did
higher
not follow
deck.
it. I
No. I mean,
followed
like
it to-
visually, you followed
Yeah,
it.
I followed it to a certain extent, and then it went into the cracks upstairs, which I relayed to Reynolds.
Yes.
And then I tell him that that we need to open up a path to another room, either next to or up above, because he can manipulate metal, so that way we can get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, you could absolutely do
In
that.
theory, I could open a hole to the next level,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
You would need
need
to, determine a proper place to do it. So you
Yeah,
just break out and people start falling through the hole or something.
Fuck them.
Well, everyone should be in the lobby because we heard it on the intercom.
Which is directly above you.
What?
It's directly above you. You were in the
That
lobby.
makes sense.
Yeah.
We went down.
Well, no, I get that. Okay. So.
Oh, you're open.
Alright, so I say that we go over to a room that's next to the room that we are on.
That we're in.
Yes, that we're in.
You guys can see that there are several rooms downstairs
Mm-hmm.
that you could technically get into.
Okay, but the water bullets dissolved and went straight up into the room immediately above us.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I think that we should do is either we should go down
Mm-hmm.
because they're busting down the door, so we need to get somewhere quick. That we know we just need to go down, and then you shut it back down. As if
We're on the
nothing ever
second level. So we started on the first level, right? And the lobby was on the first level. But there was a level above that and a level below
So
that.
the way the ship hierarchy works
Mm-hmm.
is that the first level that you first entered on is the lobby.
Right.
There's the hall below,
Mm-hmm.
and then above the lobby there's a second floor, and then above the second floor, like the second floor has music and stuff on it.
Right.
So
The third floor has
The
a bar
captain's-
on top.
yeah.
It's pretty much open area.
So really, there are 4 floors.
So we are on the bottommost level right now. We're in the
Yes.
hall.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
so
there's nothing
we
below
need
us
to
but
go-
ocean.
Right? There's nothing
No,
below us but
God.
ocean.
No.
God.
Okay,
no.
then let's go to the side
Mm-hmm.
and go that way. So if the lobby's there, and then...
So we need to go up, regardless.
Well, not directly up, but we need to go to a room that's beside what room we are on.
Okay, so we'll go to a room that's, like, further on in the boat, adjacent to ours, and then go up. Because we don't want people falling...
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, technically, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into a room that's one further from where
You
we are.
guys, like, roll an intelligence check. Roll an intelligence check to see what you guys notice.
I got a 5.
You got a 5?
Yes.
What'd you get, Andy? Oh, where'd it land?
4.
4. Alright, you can tell that there is a room towards the back right corner that has a bathroom sign above it.
Got it. We're going to go in that.
Alright, so you guys are headed towards the bathroom, right?
Yep.
As you guys are headed there, over the intercom speakers, you hear, "This is your captain speaking. The boat will be stopping now."
What?
That's her.
So the
You hear
anime
static
user is the
over.
captain.
We need to get to our friends.
Team.
Now.
Immediately.
Yes.
The captain would be situated on the first floor, in the captain quarters, towards like the front of the boat, essentially.
Right. Okay, so we go up.
Yeah. After we get into our other room.
Beneath the bathroom, we go up.
Okay, so you you blow a hole through the
Right.
ceiling floor, and how are you guys climbing up?
Can I just raise it?
I'll lift him up, and then I'll shadow my way up.
Make a strength check.
Oh, God.
I'm not a big guy, but still.
Yeah, I mean, I am 16.
He is American.
Right.
That's true.
Lots of cheese
5. Yeah,
burgers.
you lift him up. It's hard
That sounds
for you.
good.
Yeah, I'm
really
6'4",
It's hard for you.
so... Alright.
Right.
So how do you plan to get him up? Also,
I'm
take
gonna
away an
shadow.
anima point.
Yeah.
He said he's shadowing up.
Yeah, he's gonna shadow up.
No, okay.
Shadow.
Well,
Yeah.
let's take away an anima point.
Yeah.
Shadow up.
That works.
Do we get more anima points at some point?
After we rest.
Yeah.
We have to rest.
After you rest, or you take an item that restores them.
Right.
And pretty much Coca-Cola.
Wait, do we have... We don't have any of those items, do we?
No.
We did not buy items.
This is a one-shot run.
Well, no. I was more of thinking government agent having,
No, but it's
Well,
bare bones.
they didn't send us with senzu beans. I'm sorry.
So, okay, you shouted up. You guys are in the first floor lobby bathroom.
Right.
You're lucky and there's nobody taking a poop here.
Cool, thank God.
Yeah, no, I was worried about that. I'm like, well, we're gonna pop up. Hi.
Don't mind
So what are
us.
you doing now?
Closing
Exiting.
up the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, as you guys both exit the restroom, there are people like right outside the floor.
Got it.
Or right outside the door, I mean. And there are, they're concerned because they've heard sounds coming from the bathroom. And, you can pass right by them. They're not going to do anything. They're just passengers. So, what are you doing at this point?
I just... Whatever. And keep walking.
Okay, so you keep
I
walking.
zip my pants.
Alright. So, continuing. What are you doing?
I am going to call on my contacts.
Call or text?
Agent Dick. And then I'm going to call him up. Be like, and I'm going to call. Ring, ring.
Where are you?
Hello.
Where are you guys at?
We're at the bar on the 3rd floor. We just
Bottom of the 3rd floor. What?
No, bar at the 3rd floor.
Okay,
Yeah.
meet us at the...
we just got
Meet us
attacked
at
by
the
a water
bathroom.
dome.
Yeah, come and meet us on the 1st floor in the captain's...
Quarters.
uh,
I like
Quarters. That's
okay,
fine.
captain's quarters.
Like,
well, no, I was thinking of
doesn't matter.
The cockpit?
Yes,
it's a ferry, so there's no
There's no-
quarters
yeah, I don't
technically
think-
on it. It's just
where they drive the damn ship.
where
I
they
want that.
drive the damn ship.
Meet you
So
there.
you guys are all going to
Yes.
the quarters where the captain is. Okay, so you guys, basically, you guys are running down. Or do you want to do this,
Yeah, I mean, I want to get the...
or do you want to separate?
No, I want to go with him, and I want to get away from the knife water.
All right.
Dog.
stuff.
So you guys are all like basically running. I'm
Yes.
assuming to the captain's.
Yes.
The door is locked.
I got this, fam. No, I got it.
Oh.
I can easily animate the door and say unlock.
Yeah. So take away an anima point. So you go ahead and just simply do that. The door just like bends, and it's just kind of like a little cartoon. Just slides in.
No.
All right,
No,
so
you just see the lock
before we
open
go
eyes.
in, I tell him my suspicions of the anima user. All right, so from what I've seen is that anything that's in her bubbles.
This is a long investigation phase, so I'm going to say you're in a conclusion phase.
Okay.
To the
for
investigation?
scene. Yes.
Got it.
So go ahead and you guys can communicate freely as you want.
All right. So, basically, I think that this enemy user is anything that she puts into her bubble will turn into water, and she can also manipulate water.
It's no good.
I also have a possibility that she can only use it twice because she's only done it twice and then it disappears and zips away.
Yeah, it can have 2 contact points.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
And it's unclear to me whether or not it actually like can hurt you because
It went through a table and his metal wall.
yeah,
They
but,
go all the way through the
yeah,
metal.
but he said that the dog bit me.
Well, that's
And then
Did the dog biting him do any damage?
Yeah, because
No.
I looked,
No,
but there were
because-
no teeth marks.
Well, no,
No,
he
it
didn't
tried
roll.
to bite you, but
Yeah.
it wasn't strong enough to deal any damage past
Right,
your
okay.
defenses.
Yeah.
So essentially, like what that would mean is that, like, because when anytime damage is checked against you,
Yeah.
like say you took your defense is 6, right?
Mhm.
But you take 4 points of damage because your defense is 6. It doesn't pierce your defenses.
I see.
So like if you took like at least for what you rolled, so it's like whenever you take more than 6, or like whatever your total roll for defense is, because anytime you're attacked, you roll for that defense.
Right.
So essentially, it didn't do enough damage to pierce your flesh whatsoever.
Okay, so it wasn't because the water just doesn't affect you. It's because I had higher defense.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Then never mind.
So
what
to
I'm saying.
eliminate the person entirely, we aren't 100% sure that it's the captain. But I could easily crush the captain's room, killing whoever's inside of it, and possibly eliminate it.
Yeah,
maybe.
But the
yeah,
thing
how do we
is,
know who it
No.
is? We don't know who it is.
But
Because
no. But the thing is, she mimicked a dog.
No,
That-
she didn't. She didn't mimic the dog.
We don't know
She
this.
made a dog out of water.
Right. Character,
But-
we don't know this. Out of character, we do.
Well, right now we're discussing the.
Out of character.
Right now-
OC.
Well, no, like
was
we're-
she the dog?
No. So basically,
Is she a bloodbender?
as of right now, what we are talking about
Is she a bloodbender?
Is everything that we all have experienced with this enemy user is what we're using to find out information to take her out, or even if it is a her.
If you say animal one more time, I'm going to stab you with this beer bottle.
I said animal. All right. All right. So,
It's an unfortunate title for the
yeah,
The,
like
spirits.
I
Yeah.
promise I'm saying animal.
anime. It all blends in.
He's been saying a bunch of weird shit.
Some more Amaro.
Amarillo.
It's totally fine. It's totally fine.
Amphibian.
The amphibian. Yeah.
But
Okay.
she can 110% control water.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I
We
got
get
that.
that.
I'm with you on that. But to me, it's unclear if she herself takes the form of whatever the thing is, or if she can like
Control the blood.
control
I
it
think
remotely.
The
that
liquid
she
in it.
can have parts of her turn into water, because every time that an incident happened, the water would go back to her.
That's true.
Every time.
That's
every
true.
time it would
Okay.
go through the cracks, it would go through the hull, it would go back in water droplets, anything. So, basically,
What does that mean?
I'm just saying that it's going to be a water user, and we are on a ferry all around water, and we're not sure what her range is.
And the ship is stopping, or the ferry
The
is
ship
stopping.
is stopping.
Yeah, it is stopped.
How far away from our destination are
How long have we been on the ship?
You've been on the ship for about 2 hours.
Okay, so we're
right,
two-thirds
we're
of the
only
way there.
two-thirds of the way there. That's
But
no
now
good.
the ship is stopping.
Right. So, how big is the distance from the bartending area and where the captain's quarters is?
I'm gonna say in feet terms instead of meters, since that's simpler for me as a casual American. It's probably about 50 feet away.
So she has a huge range. Alright, so 100% she's going to be able to manipulate the water that is around the boat.
Cool. So I just collapse the room in on her.
We don't know who else is in there.
She
We
could
can't
just
just
turn
go and
herself in the
kill
water.
everybody on the boat. She could have hostages.
We're secret agents.
Okay, but to get back to the game, you guys are at the captain's door.
Right.
Right.
Well, he opened it,
Mm-hmm.
so we can just walk right in, right?
If you want to.
I got my nails.
There are always casualties.
Oh, that alarm is doing such good things for this recording.
Oh, it's a fire truck.
Alright, yeah, just... We can...
Go ahead and continue.
Alright. So...
Yeah, we need to decide if we're gonna go into the room.
Oh, we're going into
We
the
go
room.
into the room.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's
100%.
we're going in.
See, the main goal is you. If you can copy her ability,
He can only copy for 30 to 60 seconds.
but he'll
Doesn't matter.
No, no,
He
no.
can stop everything about her.
And also, he can find out what her ability is.
Can
One-
I? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I mean, you could legitimately copy an enemy.
so when he copies it, he gets a
Hold
basic
on.
understanding of it.
He can copy it.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean he would know how it works.
That's what I was
necessarily.
thinking.
Okay. All right.
If everything is correct, he could technically, create these things out of water or whatever.
Mhm.
Assuming that's how it actually
Assuming that's how it works.
Got it.
So...
But you would have to be in contact with the user
Well, that's what I mean.
in
Like,
order to copy the ability.
Well,
Like-
within 12...
You can't
meters.
just see the anima and copy the ability. You copy the user's ability.
well, that's what I mean. Like, we can use it to find her, because say, like, you obviously know we are anime users. So if say we're in the captain's quarters, you can look and be like, all right, you can see, like, you can't.
I get what
We
you're
can
saying.
all see that.
Yeah.
No. I mean, like, he can find out who's the real anime. Cause
Yeah, we could
he
all
could
see
be
that.
hiding. No, I mean hiding in the quarters with the employees, and we won't know who the real anime user is.
The one who uses the anima.
Well, I know that. But
Well, the thing that I think Sean is trying to get at is that the user may not be what you are encountering.
yeah, and then with his ability, he could easily
It
find
could
out.
be the anima, in which case you would not be able to copy that.
Right,
ability.
that's how we would know
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
if it's nearby. Yeah.
it would shorten the search.
Okay, well, I am going to try to...
Well, we haven't gotten in there yet.
Or we just kill everyone in the room.
Yeah, that could
So
work.
what are you doing?
Do you want to just kill everybody? I like the idea of just killing everybody. Just kind of look that easy.
What the hell?
Just go ahead and kill everybody. Just go ahead and...
You know,
We're
say-
supposed to be secret agents.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean we're good guys.
I mean, you canonically, you're supposed to be.
Okay, but
Eh,
let's look at America's.
Okay, tell me what you're doing. Y'all decide. You are now in an investigation.
We're in the room.
phase.
Let's go in the room.
You're going in the room.
okay, we're going to
Okay,
go into the room.
we're all in agreement. We're going in the room.
But before we go in, I'm prepared
With what?
with my nails.
Oh, you got your nails out. All right.
All right. I'm
So
just
you
gonna...
have just to recap. You have 5
Mm-hmm.
actual nails in your pocket, right?
No, I have one.
Oh,
In
you
your
got them in your
fucking
fist
knuckles.
like a fist pack. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Alright, I'm going to... Before we even walk into the door and open it, I'm going to get in... Who's going in first?
All right. Designated leader.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to get in his shadow.
All right. So you're right behind him.
Yeah.
Deduct an anima point. Is that your? Yeah, that's your first level ability.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, well,
You're
here we
walking
go.
in, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. As you slide the door open, or as the door slides open for you,
Mm-hmm.
the captain is just bloodied and laying on the ground dead. Everyone in the
Captain's
room
dead?
is already murdered.
Got
Christ. All right.
Now we don't have to murder everybody.
it. See?
I need you all to roll an intelligence check.
12.
Let me go. Oof.
4.
3.
I got one.
Did anybody get higher than 6?
No.
Negative.
No.
Christ. Okay, yeah. You guys don't notice anything. Investigate the room as you please.
Okay.
I want to. Well, there's blood everywhere, so where isn't there liquid?
Can I try to use my ability to use to clone somebody's?
No,
You could clone one of theirs.
Yeah.
No, but not theirs.
There's nothing in the room that you can see that would be the enemy.
So I have to know.
You can also, all of you see that the captain's walkie-talkie that goes to communicator
The intercom.
that goes to the intercom is hanging, and it looks like it's just swinging back and forth.
All right.
It has recently been dropped.
So this is gonna sound kind of crazy, guys. Right? I want to pull the fire extinguisher off from the wall, and I want to shoot each body once.
What?
I have no idea why you want to do that, but go for it.
Because with the fire extinguisher, it shoots out such a cold substance that it actually will freeze water.
Okay.
So if she happens to be disguising herself as any of the dead bodies...
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, go ahead and pull it off.
Alright, so I'd start spraying them.
Okay, yeah, nothing.
Nothing? Okay. Well, I mean...
Good thought, though.
Really, really, really
Creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really creative. I'm going to give you advantage on your next check for that.
Do we get advantage if we can stack our dice?
No, I'm not doing that in
The only
overarms.
thing I suggest is
You gotta be thinking during overarms, not D&D. D&D, you just go, spell. But
I'm going
I'm
to
gonna get some flack from the people listening to this. But anyway, okay. So everybody in this room is slaughtered.
Completely dead.
Right.
Slaughtered.
Can we
And,
investigate the
gutted
bodies?
open. Like the captain is just disemboweled.
So they were all killed.
Yes, they were
disemboweled.
all absolutely slaughtered.
Got it.
Wow.
and
They were all absolutely slaughtered.
and
If anybody wants to investigate this room further, please do.
the radio is still swinging as if
Can I
it's
check to
just-
see if there are any water trails? Not blood. Specifically water.
Yeah, you actually don't even need to check.
Okay.
There's definitely some puddles lying around.
Cool.
So this kind of it's almost
cool.
like it reminds me of The Thing almost in terms of the way they're
the movie The Thing,
The
not
Thing.
the Fantastic Four character.
That thing is...
Oh God, yeah. No,
Okay.
The John
Yeah.
Carpenter.
Yeah, John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
I'm
picking up what you're putting down.
I'll investigate further.
Okay, roll an intelligence check with a target number of 10.
Okay.
If you want to junction your anima, you absolutely can using your power or range.
Can I do it after him?
Yes.
Range. I'm gonna go range. I have to get 10. Okay.
Deduct anima
God,
points
what do I
accordingly.
do with that? Okay, we're just gonna pretend that didn't count. Okay. All right, I got 8, and then 3.
11.
11.
So you pass 10.
Okay.
You can see that on the ground from one of the people laying there, seems like he's, just dressed up as a worker. There seems to be a passport.
Okay, I look at the passport.
You look at the passport, and the person's name in the passport is Nikolai. You can tell he's
That's
Russian. And he is operating the ferry. He's not the captain, but he is operating part of the ferry. He's assisting the captain.
He's dead.
He is dead. It fell out as he was disemboweled.
God.
Wait a minute.
And the ferry has been powered off.
Yes, the ferry is slowing to a stop currently.
So we
I'm
don't.
gonna turn that bitch back on.
Hold
okay.
on. Before we do anything, is the captain in there? Or is it just the
the captain is in there and all of his assistants.
Oh,
Are dead.
So basically,
They
what
are
we're
all
saying
dead.
is
We'll say there's about 4 dead bodies. 3 of them are the captain's assistants.
One of them is the captain.
is a captain. So at this point, what are you guys doing now?
well. So the point is that
Alright.
we don't know how to
What-
operate the ship, and
what
everybody.
I
is-
am going to do,
I mean, you can investigate the room further. You can do whatever you want to do. You can leave the room.
as for me,
etc.
I'm going to go to where the radio is.
Okay. So you go and you are at the radio next to the captain's dead body.
I'm going to take it and say hello.
You say hello all across the boat. So people now know that you are all in the captain's room.
They know
with
he's in
all
the
of
captain's
the dead
quarters.
bodies.
Great.
I take the thing away, the intercom from him, and I click it back on, and I'll be like, sorry for my associate, but there are dead bodies in the cabin's room. We need medical assistance immediately.
Okay. Roll charisma to see how this...
I'm speaking over a mic.
Remember, he does have advantage.
Well...
Of a 4?
Yeah, you're not going to do pretty well. I mean, you could junction your anima. You could use your power. So, what is that, a 4 and a 4?
Yeah, a 4 and a... Wait.
A 4 and a 4?
God.
Number 6. Hope you do well.
You did even worse than me. There's
That's
4?
a 4.
1.
And a 1.
5. That... Oh, you get advantage on your next check. Good lord, you are...
4.
2.
Oh my god.
Oh! So you have convinced people that you are an employee working on the ship. I would suggest y'all get the fuck
Out! We're out, we're out, we're gone, we're out of that room.
The fudge is wrong with you guys?
No,
That worked out,
No,
though.
I had to
from
do something.
No, from my perspective, I thought that she would be on the other end.
Of
It's
what?
kind of
The
like
intercom?
Of the intercom?
No. I thought it was like a radio because like you know how the bartender.
Joseph, roll an intelligence check.
Okay.
AKA Mr. Pepper.
Mr. Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper? No, Mr. Pepper, Agent Pepper. That's fine. You
No.
don't have a doctorate.
It's
He
doc-
does. He has
Well,
a
my-
doctorate in being an agent.
Originally, my first name was Doctor.
There's so much product placement here.
Alright. 10.
10. Alright, you actually notice that some of the puddles are moving.
Don't like that. How are they moving?
They
Describe.
seem to be going towards the edge of the walls and dripping down into the boat.
This bitch can turn.
I cut a hole in the floor for us to go through.
Jesus.
Just immediately?
Yup.
Alright,
So we're down in the...
so have you restarted the ship?
Yeah, I already did that.
Okay, so you just lever forward.
Yep.
Alright, cool.
So we're
Ship will stop eventually.
So we're just going forward. That's
We're
what you're
gonna
saying?
crash into an island. We're dead. We're gonna die.
Okay, so you guys are on the first floor. That drops you down into the cargo hold.
I still bring my fire
You
extinguisher.
guys are in a room that you have not seen yet. That is at the forefront of the hull.
Mhm.
So near the bathroom is where you broke another hole.
Yep.
But in this room there is a tank. It seems to like be illuminated.
Like a
And
tank,
Like a military tank or
like
like
a-
like a tank you would keep some sort of
a
oh,
containing vessel, basically.
and
yeah.
essentially, yeah, you can see like a thin,
I thought you
can
meant like
see a
World
thin
of
drape-
Tanks.
You can see like a thin drape over top of the tank, but there's like a glowing coming from it.
Slightly
And you
luminescent.
can hear like bubbles coming from it.
Aliens.
And then I go target identified.
He drops down. He's just like boom, like hand on the ground, like super pro tag style, and he's just target identified as he pushes his glasses up.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
Lift the thing. You said there's like a...
Don't touch the tank.
No, I'm gonna touch... Oh,
It's glowing.
No, go ahead and touch it. It's fine. It'll be fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, didn't you know that? It's fine.
It's fine with...
So you go to pull the cover off.
Yeah.
As soon as you do that, you hear two twin voices behind you, and you hear "Don't."
Nah, just go ahead and do it anyway.
You go ahead and do it anyway.
Yeah, just go ahead.
All
and
right, so
do it.
you pull it off, and as you pull it off, like a ton of little knives appear and pin the tarp to the ground.
So
and there's like little
okay.
bubbles coming from them.
Okay. Nope.
Roll for initiative. Dex and speed for all of you. So in a game of overarms, every round you roll for initiative. Wow. Every round of combat, that is.
Your boy got a 5.
15.
I got a 6.
You said Dex and Speed?
Dex and speed, yes.
4 and...
This enemy
5.
has a designated initiative of 8.
I got 15.
Goes
So you
before
have
me.
how'd you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you have 15,
I have 6.
6,
I have 9.
9. So you, anima user, you guys.
I like how it's just us, the main team.
Yeah.
Wait, is this a fight?
Yes. Congratulations.
Yeah. So there are, as you guys like turn around to see, there are 2 girls dressed exactly the same. They look the same,
Gross.
but something about them doesn't look right at all.
Yeah, they're
something.
dressed
It's
the
like
same.
uncanny valley human style, where these people look like what like an alien or something like that would think of like a human.
Okay.
So like one like appendage is longer than the other. Their legs aren't correct. Their dresses aren't exactly the same, and they're a little bit like strange looking. Their facial features are completely off, with like the eyes being completely symmetrical, the mouth being wider than normal, the nose being droopier than normal, and hair seems to be like shifting in length, like actively.
Actively. Nah. No, thanks.
You're so repulsed by this.
I don't like it.
Oh, man.
So, what are you doing? You are absolutely in combat at this point.
Absolutely disgusted
Alright,
is
bro.
what I am.
It's your go.
It is. Because I'm the assassin. Alright, so how far away are the twin girls?
We'll say that they're about 6 meters away.
6 meters.
They're very close. You're in a tight room.
Okay. Alright, so... How far can one walk or run or?
So the way that it works is that your anima and yourself, your range is split between one another. So your range looks like it is about 8 meters.
Right.
So that means your anima could move 4 meters. You could move 4 meters. Your anima could move 2 meters. You could move
6 meters.
etc.
Right.
So you can split that distance between yourself. Since we're using theater of mind, I'm not going to pay like too much of attention to the logistics of it, as long as you can rationalize it.
Right.
You're in a small room. I imagine that all of you can essentially reach these people very easily.
Okay. Well, I honestly want to go up to one of them and shoot my fire extinguisher at him.
You still have it?
Yeah, absolutely.
He specifically,
I guess you didn't say you dropped it.
No,
Yeah,
he
no.
specifically said that he had it.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, you fire a fire extinguisher at one of them.
Yes.
Okay. I need you to roll for accuracy.
Accuracy is dex and speed plus 1. Alright, 11, 7, 18, 19.
That hits. Okay, so you managed to freeze the bottom portion of one of them. They let out like this very, very strange scream that isn't like a human. It's just like, ah! And the top half separates off of its bottom half and shifts into a skinnier version, like a slimmer version, and produces legs
What is this? A slime?
from the rest of its body.
That is gross, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Spooky.
But there's a pair of legs and half of like a dress just frozen to the ground.
Alright, God, that's gross. How many actions do we get?
You get 2 per turn,
2 per turn?
but you have like I guess you used an item, so you can
Yeah.
technically still attack.
Alright, I mean, it's water, so there's no sense in even trying to attack water. So basically what I'm going to do is my fire extinguisher is empty.
Okay.
So I'm definitely going to just like, whatever.
Drop
Or
it.
no, I'm
You're
going
dropping
to keep, no, I'm not. I'm going to keep it.
Okay, you're keeping.
Alright, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, because I'm guessing that there's hardly any light besides from the freaking tank of mysterious glowiness. And I'm going to shadow slip,
Okay.
and I'm going to head back to the tank.
Okay, so you're dipping into the shadows and I mean, you haven't really like gone away from the tank.
Right. Well, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fire extinguisher that I have and bash it up against the tank.
Okay. So you're moving, which means that you cannot do that in one turn.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So
I just want to shadow
you're getting
slip
closer
out.
to it.
Yes.
Okay. And this goes to, I believe, Joseph,
Yes.
aka Mr. Pepper,
Dr. Pepper.
Agent Pepper, Dr. Pepper.
That's
whatever.
Dr. Pepper to you.
That's Dr. Pepper.
And that is not sponsored either.
Okay. So I'm a. Hold on. I'm a
Cologne.
magician, right?
Yeah.
You're a wizard boy.
I'm a wizard boy. Okay. So that means I have long range attacks.
I mean, you have a 12 in range, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know what I have. Whenever I
Whatever you want.
You can copy an ability.
Limited by your imagination.
But is that literally my only? Like, do I have like a?
That's your own. Like you can summon your anima to attack normally, but in order to use an ability, you would have to copy one of your teammates' abilities, unless you can target the enemy anima user.
The anima user's ability. The enemy anima.
It's weird because it's water.
Well, and on top of that, I don't think that he's going to be able to copy it because it is under a tarp. The two girls are not enemy users.
You don't know that.
We don't know.
I literally just froze one in half.
One of them.
And the other one is doing the exact same thing as the other. Like, hair's going...
I mean, he does pose a good point.
Yeah.
Aliens, bro.
Can I try to copy the enemy?
The other girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to copy their ability, but nothing happens.
Okay.
So that means that you were right.
Yeah. No, I mean he was right.
Oh, you were right.
Yeah. He
Oh.
was wrong.
Sorry. Okay, you were wrong.
So
I
they
warned
are
that I was
not
wrong.
the anima user.
Well, this is going to be very easy for me.
There's not really a whole lot I can do. I mean, can I?
You could copy anybody.
What's your thing? What do you
On
have?
Shadow.
You
Object. He can manipulate any
Animate.
object.
He can animate.
Animate
Okay.
any object.
Animate with an A, not an
Animate. Animate.
Thank you.
Anima.
It's all good.
Animate. Not enema.
Animate.
Not putting anything in anyone's butt.
Right. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna copy your power.
Okay.
And are there any
So
containers?
you're copying Mr. Richards' power.
Right, Mr.
Agent Richards.
Agent Richards' power. Is there anything in this room that's like a container?
Yeah, the tank.
Literally
Yeah,
the
the
tank.
tank.
No. But I mean,
Like
You can-
literally the tank.
the tank.
that
The tank
he's
is
in.
like essentially one of the only things in the room.
You
There
can
are a few crates and things like
You
that.
could animate the tank and tell it to shatter.
oh, that's what I was gonna. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so yeah, and I'm gonna do that for 30 seconds. So that's minus.
Yo, fuck me, right?
Hey, I'm last. Or no, you're last.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick up the tank and smash it
No, you're going to animate the tank
or whatever. Yeah,
to shatter,
itself.
So I need you to roll damage on that. To
So-
see if you
so
can
my
actually
damage
cause
is-
the tank to destroy itself.
My damage is intelligence plus range
Correct.
plus
Yes.
2.
You don't need to roll accuracy, just damage.
Oh,
So
Just-
your
die 12.
intelligence
Is it
is
12?
plus your range.
oh, okay.
It should be 12 and 12.
12 and 12 plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
6.
6 and 2 is 8 plus
So
10.
10. You managed to crack the glass significantly, letting out some water.
There's water in the tank?
And you have another
Yes.
move.
Now, what does the two twins reaction?
I
I have another move,
So
don't I?
what happens at this point is that because you have cracked the tank and let out water, the other twin that was formerly skinny pulls the water in and becomes full again and becomes whole.
It healed itself.
I have another turn, don't I?
You have one more action.
Can I do what I just did again?
No, you cannot use your ability twice. So
Oh.
you can move. You can use an item.
What kind of items
You don't
do I
have any
have?
relic. I don't believe you have any items. So you can move.
Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna move I guess I'll move away from the tank.
Okay,
Like, just back
good idea.
away from the tank. Okay. I guess it's your turn now.
No, it is the
Anima user's
Anima's turn.
This is still the first turn, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So, the Anima user is going to use its third level ability.
Which we still haven't seen, right? We haven't seen the Anima user.
No.
No.
It's going to use its third level
It has
ability.
level 3.
And all of a sudden, you all start feeling dehydrated.
Oh, it's absorbing the.
What about me? I'm a shadow.
You are also feeling dehydrated.
This is some bullshit.
It's removing the moisture from our body.
I'm a shadow.
As you start feeling dehydrated, you can tell that there are little droplets of water leaving your body and forming into a sphere in the air.
What the poop shoot? Really?
Fudge.
You also see like the two girls just kind of walk forward and go, "You should have freed us."
How?
What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
Why would I know what that means?
You know things. Do you know what that means?
Apparently they were trapped and we were supposed to help them, or we could have helped
Can I ask, how do we free them?
As a reaction, I will allow it to where you can ask them how to free them, and they try to respond back, but it's a mix of other languages that you just don't understand.
Great.
Not useful.
Useless.
And
Much like most children.
at that point, they are both moving in opposite of one another and coming around towards you guys.
Nope, not like that.
So, whose turn is that?
Sean's.
Everybody's? Sean's?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm going to use my.
Mr. Richards, Mr. Dick.
I'm going to use my power and that drape, and I'm going to tell itself to unbind itself.
What was it?
Unbind, so
On the tarp?
like the tarp where it's obvious it's hanging out.
So you're having it like undo its stitching?
Yeah, so that
essentially?
way we can see what's there.
Okay, as you undo the stitching of the tarp, the two girls reach out and they go, "No!" And the stitching comes undone, and there is a massive jellyfish just floating in this container.
That's crazy.
Shit's whack.
I wonder if it's...
Jellyfish.
What are you doing for your other
I
action?
ate a jellyfish head once before.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at the
No, it's
twins
disgusting.
and be
I
like,
almost puked.
and you're just like,
Like a giant
do you
booger?
want us to free
Kinda.
the jellyfish in the water?
Oh, like, that makes sense.
Okay, so you speak to them, but they are still just running towards you guys.
Gross. I hate that.
I have a feeling.
God, I hate
I have a feeling there's a jellyfish, and they're actually like I said, they're
They are
Whose
not
turn is it at this
jellyfish.
point?
Mine.
It's yours?
Yes.
Alright.
I would like to open a hole in the side of the ship.
Okay.
You're crazy.
So you like right now, if you open a hole in the side of the ship, water is going to come rushing in because you're in the hull of the ship.
you'll
How are you going to do
Not
that?
the best idea. I would think of making...
Open a hole inside of the tank.
So
Not-
the tank is made of glass, not metal.
The entire thing is made of glass?
The top is made of metal. The bottom is made of metal.
So undo the metal at the
Yeah,
So
undo
I did the metal at the bottom. So it fucking... The jellyfish
So
can get out.
you break the metal
Yup.
away at the bottom.
Yup.
Is there anything you're trying to do with this metal? Or...
I want to give the jellyfish a way to escape.
Okay, so you break away the metal, and the glass encapsulation falls down.
When
What
I
hap-
break the metal away, can I slam that metal into one of the girls?
Wait, what?
Because I'm just holding the metal to fucking pull it away.
I mean, explain to me exactly how you want to break this metal away.
Okay.
There's many things you can do with it, and I want you to
Right,
get
so my
the
second
use
level
out of it.
ability is magnetism.
Yeah.
I could magnetically pull that the metal away from the glass.
It's bolted
It
down.
is technically bolted in, so you would essentially be pulling the entire tank
See,
towards
what,
you.
what I would do is that since the tank is on the bottom of the ship, open a hole within the chamber of the glass container that it's in, open the bottom of it. Maybe the jellyfish can swim out from underneath, and then you can close it back.
That.
All right. So you're dropping the entire container as is into the ocean.
Well, like,
No,
I want to open a hole in the bottom of the tank.
Well, no, like you said that on top is
hold on.
completely metal and the bottom is
Is
completely
the tank
metal.
connected to the ship?
No. So essentially, the tank would be the bottom is like a metal plate.
Mm-hmm.
The middle part would be glass.
Right.
The top would be metal.
Could I create a hole in the bottom of the tank that goes through the bottom of the ship so that way, it wouldn't add water to the ship itself?
I'll allow it.
Okay. Like, that's my question. I just
You
don't want to...
create a small hole and then fill it back, but that will take your entire turn.
But that would allow the jellyfish to get out.
Yes.
Okay, I want to do that.
Okay. You drop the jellyfish straight into the ocean.
Yes.
And you form the hole back.
Right.
At this point, the two girls stop running at you. And they go, "You are not like the others," in tandem.
Creepy. Hate this.
Yeah,
they
it's
go,
not good.
"But you should be careful.
Still hate this.
Thank you." And they splash into water. Like, they just completely deform, like, in a way that is, like, so uncanny, like, so creepy. Where, essentially, like, all the skin off their bodies, like, falls off and turns into water. And then the bones fall onto the ground and clatter and then turn into water. And they just go and, like, just remain puddles.
Cool.
There's no need for
So, if this doesn't turn out to be like the dog from Resident Evil 4, where it helps us later in another fight, I'm going to be mad.
So, at this point, a giant wave hits the ship and
crap.
boosts it forward.
That's
You
it.
hear
That's
loud,
it. That was it right
you
there.
hear a loud as the ship hits the land of the islands that
Got
you're
it.
supposed to land on.
Okay, love that.
At this point, you hear over the intercom, "Dun, dun, dun, dun. Everybody, please evacuate the ship as soon as possible. Come up to the lobby or come down to the lobby, and please exit to your left."
And then I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna need a
And
drink.
that's
Huh?
where we'll end it. Actually, where we'll end it is that after all of that, you hear
Like an air horn?
No, that's
like an
not-
air raid siren.
Yeah, that's what I meant, yeah.
And you guys are making your way up to the top of the ship to evacuate. We'll say there's like another staircase that you guys have taken to
Got it.
avoid. And as you guys walk up, you see just like
Ah, shit.
a loud flash, and you can see a mushroom cloud.
We
in
have
the
not
distance.
exited the ship yet.
We're dead.
Point of order, we have not exited
No,
the
it's
ship.
far in the distance. You can
Okay.
just see
Oh,
it.
okay.
You can
I was
just see
like,
it.
We still
we're
can't
dead.
look
We
at
just
it
got
or we'll
nuked.
go
We're
blind.
dead.
No, you're
That's all right,
definitely
we're
not
fine.
dead, but you definitely see the Russians testing another thermonuclear device.
Alright.
And that's where we'll end.
Oh boy.
And on the prelogue, I
That's
go,
some shit.
I'm gonna need a drink.